Hey,
What's up?
yo. Uh, that's resistant. So this morning I killed Katarina and got that fucking helmet.
Nice.
Hello.
Yo.
Oh,
What am I doing?
everything.
Roll 20.
I don't know if you guys remember Diablo 2, but I'm trying to solo the Chaos Sanctuary as a sorceress without the rune word on my mercenary to lower resist. So it's been a good time.
You're fucked is basically what you're saying.
There's a lot of kiting and like getting them stuck around corners out of my way, and then I teleporting away.
Just
Oh,
like
look,
real life.
I just pulled up my character sheet. I have 1 hit point.
God, I actually do just forget everything that happened last time.
I listened to it today since I had nothing else
It was
to
pretty much a
fucking do.
long ass battle, right?
Yeah,
we,
you're right.
we have an orc army, and I'm a leader.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you're the king now.
Yep.
So now you're gonna become an NPC and roll a new character sheet.
I think so. Let's say lines
All
like
according to plan.
thanks a lot, DM, for forcing me to kill my character off.
Hail to the king, baby.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys had said something, by the way, because I completely forgot it was tonight. So
I almost thought it was next week, and I was like, I should just say something and see.
yeah, I definitely thought it was next week.
Me too.
Well, I put it on my calendar, so.
Hey Josh, what's your email
Well,
address?
fuck you. What?
Yeah.
What's your personal email?
You can use Joshua. Wait, I gotta check some.
Nobody else can hear.
Or just PM it to me.
Okay.
I don't care.
No. I had to check. Okay, it's Joshua M Mitz at Gmail. I couldn't remember. Someone took Joshua Mitz at Gmail, but I wasn't sure if they took Joshua M Mitz or Joshua Mitz. It's some professor at Columbia University.
All right. Did you get it? Hold on. Wait.
No one else can hear. I'm pretty sure you can all see it. Aren't we on the same Google thing?
What is appropriate?
And if I listened to the last thing correctly, Will was 100% wrong, and I got a vulnerable great sword. I can't talk. Oh God.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he was just wrong.
All right,
have
Josh.
it.
Did you just get an email about some jukebox thing?
He forgot to log into that
Wait.
account.
Yes.
Can you join it? Will wanted me to do some research, and I haven't had time to until today about finding a way to live share music and stuff. So I might have found a solution, but
I have joined the party.
yeah, join it.
Yeah, I just did.
Doesn't
Oh,
say
wait.
you're in here.
It says, oh, the hell. Oh, I have to make an app. Web app, sure. Log in with Spotify, sure.
Thing I'm not sure about is I'm not sure if you I think you might have to have Spotify Premium in order to do this, which I think me and you are the only ones who do.
No Spotify devices found. I'm on a phone that has Spotify. What the fuck are you talking about?
Why are you not using
False.
your computer? You should use your computer.
All right, guys, I just killed Diablo.
What's the password?
Zeke.
Wrong game, yay. Wrong game.
Zeke?
Mm-hmm. I don't know how to actually use this thing. It says be a DJ, but I can't do anything with it.
Dude, just be a DJ.
Do I have to open Spotify first?
Were you trying to add music back into the campaign?
Yes. Because Will really likes the way I have it set up on the stream, but you guys can't hear it.
Haha! Okay, I know how to do it. You have to add songs to a playlist.
Oh my god,
And
it's
then
so
from there-
fucking loud. Holy crap. So you have to make a playlist?
First, so you already have something, the JQBX playlist. You just have to add stuff to the queue, and then it'll.
Oh.
You then from there you sync it, and then when you hit BDJ, it'll go from your
Do you
queue.
need start or just queue?
Mine are just queued.
Alright, so let's see.
You could also star stuff. It looks like start Spotify playlist. I don't know. Now if I go to my library playlists.
Alright, let's try this. So I click B. What do you have to actually click?
So do you have your playlist synced first?
Where do you sync your playlist? Oh, sync. I see. Then be a DJ. And then can you step down?
Step down.
Oh
Now
my
you're a
god,
DJ.
why is it so fucking loud?
I don't know. I'm still on my phone and I have my volume off, which seemed to have been a good idea. Now back to eating chips and salsa.
This could work, but it's gonna take some work to get done. Okay.
I'm drinking very manly Corona hard seltzer tonight.
What?
Hello, everyone.
He's
Hello.
doomed.
Hello.
I heard someone's drinking Corona. That's
Hard
bold.
seltzer.
Hard.
Also, it's crazy that Corona makes a hard seltzer.
That's what I.
That's the thing now, man. Everyone's
Ridiculous.
got to do it.
Yeah, like
It's manly White Claw.
Why is
I
it
know.
manly?
I was
Why
gonna say.
how in any way is it manly?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with also that. Yeah. Also, we get to look forward to Ye's chip noise all night.
And mine. And mine.
Oh, nice solidarity on the chips.
Uh huh. Uh huh.
I mean, I can get some if you
I'm
need to.
set to push to talk, so you guys shouldn't really hear me eat chips at all.
What if I want to hear it?
Just over here. I'm just over here eating dick. So.
I don't want to hear that one.
Aw.
But thanks for the offer. It's nice to know.
Just finishing up here.
Yo, so I'm trying to find apartments right now, and there's two different types of realtors in New York. One of them's like, "Hey, tomorrow 3 o'clock. That's the only time I have. Come on, say yes, say yes." It's like, all right, I guess. Another guy goes, "We can't show apartments because the governor said we're not allowed to." Well, what I'm hearing is you're a little bitch.
Which is the kind that requests you to give them an electronic transfer for a deposit and then never shows up.
So
So it's like the fucking apocalypse over in Brooklyn right now, isn't it?
I don't want to talk about it. But
Again,
yes.
this is why we play D&D. Let's talk about what crazy shit Ye came up with to do with 250 orcs, because you know that he was coming up with weird shit.
I mean,
right?
he could come up
Spent
with
all-
anything, but he can shut up and sit the fuck down because they're mine.
What?
No. They.
I'm pretty sure
they listen to
30
someone
seconds.
That looks like Norse.
I'm pretty sure 30 seconds after we finished the game, Ye texted me a weird plan involving somehow turning them all invisible using Pixie.
Wait, I have an idea.
Is it do whatever the hell I came up with?
But yes, but streamline it with technology.
First off, we're not bringing him into the city, and we need to go in the city and go take care of Miss Fran Kenstein. Could be Mrs. I don't know.
You don't know.
I mean,
Mrs.
250 CR1 orcs can do a lot of damage.
Battle hardened. They're at least a CR2.
I feel like though that one big ass dragon with lots of AoE could make them sad.
Oh man, they'll just give you an army just to destroy it.
Obviously. Will giveth, he taketh away. I just gave him that army so that I can kill Jimmy.
I was going to leave Jimmy with the army so that he could get trained.
Oh man, Grimlock can train him now.
That's what I thought. And since they're the Blood Riders and they have wargs, he could sit there and learn how to ride things. Maybe we'll get him back at a level 3.
Whoa, negotiate better at level 5.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure he leveled up to 3 based on the battle you guys just finished. So.
Ooh, nice.
Level 6. He'll come back at 6.
6.
Is Seth here? Just being quiet.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
That's not Seth.
That's not Seth. I'm sorry.
That was Ye impersonating Seth.
That was amazing. All right, everyone ready to get this shiz going?
Mm-hmm.
I am ready.
Yep.
All right, Seth, what happened last week?
Last week we argued about what we were going to do with the boat for quite some time, and then finally came to the decision that we are going to swing the boat around to the southern port that we didn't know existed in Lockport, and got off and started marching through the woods, only to be ambushed by a massive orc army. And upon being ambushed, we sort of got captured, but then midway through being captured, we encountered Lynx, and Scrubblenut, who were being attacked by the Reaper. Thank you. I'm like Revenant? No, that's not the right word. And we absolutely decimated the Revenant with no problem whatsoever. Like
Yes.
it was the easiest fight we've ever had. Like
Definitely not a whole bunch of dead people at one point.
yeah.
None of us need a long rest.
Yeah. And after sort of killing it, we found out that it was the avatar of Battle. Avatar
Sure.
of Battle. And when we freed him from his whatever mind control, he gave Norris his Vorpal Greatsword. It was pretty sweet.
It was awesome.
Yeah, it was.
Oh no,
really
I have a
cool.
note here. This specifically did not give Norris Vorpal Greatsword.
Seth, kudos to you. That was a good way to go.
We almost had him.
Can you imagine giving Chris a Vorpal Greatsword? Like, he would just be attacking everyone trying to crit, including you
Oh.
guys. So I'm doing everyone.
With
He would
great,
not try to kill
great
me.
weapon.
We already
With
know that
great
this one
weapon
doesn't
master.
decapitate.
Yeah, so he gave it to Norris's dad, and
Yep.
then Norris's dad faded into oblivion because he has now become the Avatar of Battle, is kind of what I assumed happened. And that's where he left.
Summoning stone. Got a summoning stone.
Oh yeah, that too.
You assume. You have no idea.
I have a
You may have
necklace.
gotten a summon.
I have a necklace. It's
We
fashionable.
acquired our first summon. We are 1% of the way into the game now.
Oh yeah, if this is a Final Fantasy game, Jesus.
Yeah. That was always how I marked my milestones, was how many summons you got.
God damn. Yeah, you guys did a lot of side quests, but that's okay. You'll be really over leveled for the main
Will we? Because that's not the way it feels.
quest. Turns out the whole world levels up with you. Congratulations.
Oh no, it's
Um,
end of
Go
fate.
Final Fantasy VIII.
Yeah, just wait till you can just fuck, what was it called when you put magic? Join? It wasn't join.
Junction.
Junction. Thank you.
Hmm.
Just need a junction ultima, and you guys will be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I re-listened to it, it went kind of fast. So the Paragona battle became freed, and he had told you that Tempest had been trying to call him, which is the god of battle, and because apparently the celestial plane was under attack, which is why he was leaving, and one of you had to take his place. So it kind of moved fast, and the voice modulator wasn't great. So
Mm.
sure, got that. And then at the very end of the session, Nors intimidated all the orcs into working for him. So that's where we will pick up. Nors is standing at the head of 250 bowing orcs. You guys are pretty beat up. Some of
Not
you
me.
maybe never ever can touch you. Some of you may have been unconscious several times lately, or maybe some of you are still currently unconscious. I can't remember.
I may be.
We're all
Everybody's
up.
We
They're all
brought
up.
everyone.
All right, so that's what we'll pick right up in media res, as it were. And I'll hand it over to you guys. So you have a small orc army. The other thing that was that Roars had told Nors that the remainder of the orcs were north of, I can't remember the name of the town, starts with a P, it's on the map.
I can't remember the name either, but
Penella.
Penella, thank you. That there is
an enclave. I
a
believe is
large
the
orc,
exact.
yes. So a large orc enclave in the woods north of Penella.
I start striding towards my father's tent, expecting everyone to follow.
Like all 250 orcs, they all try
No.
to jam their way in the tent.
I'm not. I would assume our
Right.
party members.
So Grimlock walks at one side behind you, and Jimmy walks at the other side behind you.
Nice.
Your little entourage.
I follow, hoping to find a bed to sleep in.
A second Reaper attacks.
I roll over and die. I'm too weak to fight.
So I pull out my hammer and I start going to work on Pinchy. He needs to be repaired.
I say he didn't die, right?
No, he did not die. He lived with 7 hit points.
I tried so hard and failed.
But he needs to go back to his 62 hit points.
Grimlock leans over to Norris and goes, if you need to have some tents set aside for rest, you guys look pretty beat up. Just let me know. I'll have some peons take care of it.
Nice work.
Zug zug.
I summon a
what is
panther and
this?
a giant rat, and I tell them to go scout the perimeter of the camp and alert me if any more things look like they're about to attack us.
Punctuated with a chip.
So you see two peons run over and start assembling tents for you guys. If you want to take a long rest, which I assume that you do.
Yes,
We do.
please.
Yeah, while they're assembling, I'm gonna cast Healing Spirit and heal everyone for 35, just in case nighttime things happen.
Okay.
Yoki.
I'm fine.
A giant rock falls on Kick Puncher.
Deck save. Do it.
89 damage.
That's fine.
Whatever your max HP is, +1.
I look at Grimlock. I assume you can take care of the men while we rest.
Of course, sir.
All right. We'll meet in the morning.
Are we going to be camping here for a while, or are we going to be on the move? I want to get the men ready.
We're gonna camp here for tonight and figure it out. And tomorrow, it's too much to handle right now. We've got a lot of options and things to figure out.
Understood. And he walks out of the tent to start, moving guards around. All right, so you guys can head over to the tents and long rest.
And Scribblenot's still there, or the?
No, so Lynx said when the battle began, Lynx grabbed Scribblenot and took off towards the city.
Fucking convenient.
What?
Maybe one of these days I'll be able to have a nice conversation with Scribblenut.
Almost like I'm keeping the two NPCs who know the most about what's going on away from Erkin. We literally have to put the whole session aside for questions. They're both gonna die before you get near them.
Why do you like to hurt me?
Okay, I have a new idea. I'm going to write down a lot of questions and I'm going to give them to another party member, and then we'll split the party, and 2 people can go find him. Huh?
Okay, if that's what you guys want to do.
That's a great way to get a TPK.
True.
Bob the pirate. Does Bob the pirate show up and say, "I don't split the party"?
This is a nice camp you got yourself here, Norse.
Fucking Bob.
All right. Well,
Call
before we
the
do a long
dots.
rest, I am
All
going
right.
to do an herbalism check.
Click your long rest buttons.
Ooh.
Herbs get.
27 is 6 pulse. Let's see. We'll say you're in the forest, kind of.
I'll do some push-ups while he's doing that.
So Mandrake root.
Okay. Are you still alive?
Yeah, sorry, I'm rolling.
Oh, okay.
Arrow root.
Oh, it's in my deodorant. It's
Verdant
antiperspirant.
metal. Worm tongue petals. Another verdant metal.
Okay.
And another wild sage, or no, a wild sage.
Okay, and that should be it.
Okay. And then the other thing that we were gonna do was level Jimmy.
Yes.
Level his-
And I believe it is a new day, and I think all of my hard work should have paid off, and I should have a fresh bag of holding at the cost of 4 Quicksilver Lichen.
You have a bag of holding, yes. So what does that do? It frees up frees up a
One of my
Oh.
infusions.
infusion.
Time to find another grandfather clock.
And we put Jimmy in the bag of holding. It's like a pocket dimension.
Gotta
He
see
only
if
breathe for 5 minutes.
He can just
Yeah.
keep his head poked out. the
Yeah,
top.
he doesn't need air. It's kind of
Just make it into a giant backpack. I'm on board.
a papoose, if you will.
Or like those backpacks where you put your pet in it and it has like a little dome, like they're like in a submarine.
Yo.
You put Pinchy
Are
in
we
it.
gonna get Jimmy a turret for Pinchy and have him?
I mean, there's a
so
flamethrower. I figured he can just use that as a turret.
so Jimmy walks up to Nors and Erkin and goes, "Hey, I feel great. I think I can really I've been practicing with Pinchy. I think I'm ready to. I think we can handle it now. I want to give it a try in battle." That's not his voice. What the fuck?
You're Scottish.
Hold on, guys. I got a call coming from work. Give me a moment.
Oh, good. I mean, I'm really thinking about leaving him behind here.
With the
I mean,
orcs.
you think? No?
Jimmy
Hey, man, he's
King
your
of the
squire in
orcs.
your orc army, so you do what you need to.
I was going to leave him with Grimlock for more training, but if you think we can actually have a level 3 ride Pinchy into battle and survive, that's my only problem. I mean, it gets me 1 extra damage every time he's on the field. It's nice. But the whole point was he was actually supposed to be like a human meat shield for us. That's why I picked Cavalier.
You can't quite be a meat shield if he's only level 3.
Yeah, I know. I wasn't expecting that.
He can absorb exactly 1 attack.
Exactly. I mean, the AC is nice, but that's all he needs is a fireball dropped on him and it's over.
Yeah.
Not to mention, if we're going to bring him back into the city where he's going to need a disguise as well.
We probably don't need dark vision, right?
Huh?
I'm redoing my spells because we're long rest, and we probably don't need dark vision.
I don't. I have it.
We're gonna be walking through the woods probably at night, so we definitely don't need it.
Okay.
Yeah, swap out for a more useful spell. You're fine.
So who can see in the dark, and who can't?
I can.
I can't.
I'm
I
the only
cannot.
one. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm keeping dark vision. All right. Below all my 2 slots, I'm giving everyone dark vision for 8 hours.
If I have dark vision, do I get extra dark vision if you cancel it?
No.
Like X-ray vision?
I think that's just superior dark vision, where you can see colors in the dark, and no, you don't get
Oh. I need to be like a drow.
I don't
Yeah,
even
but
think Drow gets
that's off balance by like bullshit light
The light.
sensitivity.
Yep.
You don't want that. I need to replace Spirit Guardians with something else, because I can't use that and conjure animals at the same time, so it's kind of a waste of it preps.
Remember when you were gonna be a Pokemon trainer? What happened to that?
We stopped fighting beasts. That was the problem.
Well, we kind of sequestered ourselves miles
You-
and miles away from civilization for half the campaign.
We should have tried to fish up an octopus for you to catch.
Ooh.
We don't have the right rod, man. Come on.
We need the good rod. We only have the old rod.
I got it. Zone of Truth.
The McElroys would be proud.
It's such a useless spell.
It's just as useless as friends, honestly.
Is Zone of Truth the one where they like
They-
they just can't lie basically, but they don't actually have to give you any
But don't
information?
I'm pretty sure they have to
Yeah.
pass a wisdom save, and then they
Yeah,
can
have to
still
pass a
lie
wisdom save.
if they
If
They
they
can
pass
also-
a wisdom save, they can lie. And they can't. And if they fail, they can't outright lie. They can still say
Yeah.
they can still say things that can be misinterpreted into like falsehoods.
and
Or
be
just
until
be like,
stupid
I don't
spell.
want to answer.
Yep.
Conveniently, I feel like every NPC in our campaign would do that if that was what happened.
Dude, the first DM I ever had, like every time that we would try to interrogate like literally anyone or anything, it would just go like it would just always be like every time we use Zone of Truth or like Speak with Dead or anything, it would always just be like, I don't know, I don't remember. Blah, blah. And it's just so frustrating. He would never give us any fucking information, and I think it's because he just never planned anything, so he didn't know himself. But you
That's
know,
when you just gotta make it up on the spot.
yeah. Good times.
Cleric 3 slots spells are all basically terrible. The only redeeming feature is Revivify. We don't have money for it, so it's kind of it's just so dumb. Oh, find traps. That is also equally like stupid. I cast find traps. There are traps. Great.
Honestly, I feel like traps are just like one of my least favorite parts of D&D. I just feel like they've never really added anything. They just like slow everything down to a fucking crawl.
Supposed to have like a rogue to find and disarm traps.
Like having like one or two in a dungeon is fine, but like having to like constantly like go into like every room and be like search for traps, search for traps, search for traps.
True.
Mm.
Picking up blindness, deafness, because it doesn't require concentration.
Thing that I seriously lack is like reactions and bonus actions. There's not a lot that I have for that kind of shit.
Yeah, I'm 100% budgeted on any turn with like things to do. If anything, I'm over budgeted on concentration and bonus action.
I have plenty of concentration, which I'm fine with. It's just like there's just like if you look at the sorcerer spell list, there just are no bonus action spells or any like features that you can get without like multi-classing or getting like an extra
Misty
feat or
Step?
something. I mean,
Listen,
I don't think that's. Is that even in the
Be
sorcerer
like-
spell list?
be like me. Go all ritual.
Nah, went 0 ritual because we have Yay. There's no point in me having any rituals.
I'm sorry, sir. You have me. I have Be Sense, speak with animals, and commune with nature. Okay.
This is
Misty
the first
Step
time. This is the first
le-
time I've done a melee class, and it's fucking wonderful. I hate not having to worry about spells and concentration and everything. It's so great.
Yeah, but I guess I could take that. But what would I drop for it? My level 2 is pretty taken up.
I
Misty
mean,
Step
you don't
is-
have to drop a level 2 spell.
No,
to
I
get a
know.
level 2
I like to
spell.
have a little bit of everything though. I have two 1s, 2 2s, 3 3s, 2 4s, 2 5s, and 1 6.
I'm ready to abandon Cleric 3 slots. I'm only keeping for Mass Healing Word and Bestow Curse. Like, 2
Yeah,
is
maybe-
significantly better.
Maybe I could drop Scorching Ray because upcasting Magic Missile would probably be better.
Yeah.
Automatic hit.
Yeah, automatic hit. I mean, Scorching Ray does more damage, but not
I
by
mean,
a lot.
Scorching Ray, you also need that one feat that lets you reroll ones.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe I could next time I level up, I'll drop Magic Missile and get Misty Step. I mean, drop Scorching Ray and grab Misty Step. Because Misty Step is really good.
It's true.
Yeah. Get yourself out of trouble quick.
Mm-hmm. because otherwise counterspell and mirror image are counterspell and shield are my only reactions.
Mhm.
Which, I mean, counterspell on its own is basically the best reaction you could take as a sorcerer.
Yeah. Listen, now that you got a Mage Slayer, as long as I'm close and they cast a spell.
Oh, dampen elements doesn't reduce poison. I kind of just assumed it did because it like reduces everything else besides psychic.
Yeah, if you can find something that reduces psychic, that'd be great.
You use something to reduce psychic?
Huh? Yeah,
got
I
you.
don't. That's the only thing I'm vulnerable to.
Yeah, but when does that been an issue?
Just wait until the mind flayers come out.
Well, this
When that happens, I got you.
this Reaper just used psychic.
Every good campaign ends with mind flayers, so
Oh, you're right. It was psychic, but you didn't die. Did
No,
you
I
die?
didn't. No,
Okay.
no,
Then when
I
did
went
it
down to
become
one-
an issue?
It's
was
never an
only-
issue for Norse.
what he's trying to say is the only hit point that matters is the last one.
Technically the last two because he gets right back up after one death.
Fair.
I get,
Actually, several because I have the racial and the barbarian.
Christ.
I get knocked down. I get up again. I get knocked down and up again.
now, the barbarian side of it isn't just automatic. There's some saving throws, and every time I do it, the DC gets higher. But
Wait, you
Still,
don't wear armor, right?
no, unarmored defense.
Okay, okay.
same Z's.
So my armor class is based off of my con, my dex, and that's it. So the next ASI goes into strength, so I can get a strength score at 20, and then the ASI after that will go into con.
Yeah, last level was really good for everyone except for me, I feel like. Last level was so boring for me.
I
didn't get shit.
Wait,
I
just
got
wait.
stuff for other people.
Wait till I get my last totem, because we're going to take Totem of the Eagle and get a flying speed equal to my walking speed.
What the fuck?
Okay, if this is what I think
I don't
it
even have
is-
flying speed.
Wait a minute. Next level sucks too. I don't get any spell slots next level. The
It's an
fuck is this
ASI,
bullshit?
isn't it?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
every single level, even on ASI levels, I've gotten a spell slot. Except for this is the first time I haven't increased a spell slot at all.
All I get is the ASI and nothing else. I'm with you.
I don't even get an extra known spell next level. It just stops.
Yep.
That's bullshit.
13th level, I get my first level 4 spell, so that's cool.
I get my first level 7 spell at 13.
I mean, for druid and full casters at level 12 is just the ASI. So
That's a bummer.
That's
ready
all.
Level 14, you know what I get? I get to attune up to 5 items, and I get to make magic items twice as fast instead of a quarter of the speed.
Listen,
So one of those things is useful.
12 gets me an ASI and 1 extra rage per day. That's it. Ooh, but 13, I get Brutal Critical again. We add another dice to the crits.
Wait. What's 15? Specialist feature?
I didn't realize that they. I think
Oh.
they just have like decided that wild magic sorcerers don't exist anymore. They've taken them completely off of D&D Beyond.
Really?
Yeah.
Rip.
There is now Aberrant Mind, Clockwork Souls, and Draconic.
What about Divine?
Nope, those are not there either. That might be an Unearthed Arcana thing. That was never part of the
Oh, that's
official.
true. Yeah, you gotta have the right book in
Yeah.
order. Ooh, I need to get to 15. Persistent Rage. Beginning at 15, your rage is so fierce that it ends early only if you fall unconscious or you choose to end it.
Or you choose to. So wait, it just
Well-
lasts literally forever.
No, because if I don't take if I go into a rage and don't take an attack action, and I got like a round to do it in, then it desists.
Gotcha.
Or I gotta take attack, or I gotta get hit. Either one.
I'm back, guys. Sorry about that.
No worries.
Welcome back.
Also, for what
Yeah.
it's worth, I do see Wild Magic Sorcerer. You might just need to like have the right source book or some bullshit.
Maybe. On the main page, it doesn't say it on like the free page.
Yeah, it's because it's from the player's handbook.
But yet they
Wild
have
Magic is it?
they have the Clockwork Soul and Aberrant Mind there though.
They have what?
The Clockwork Soul and the Aberrant Mind are both there.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, that is weird.
It's funny, they'll give you the UA, but if you haven't bought the damn player's handbook through them, you can't have. They did that with Barbarian. They give you Berserker, but they wouldn't give you Totem Warrior unless you bought the handbook.
Okay, so we'll pick back up. So we'll say you guys long rested.
Yep.
You're awake. Jimmy's level 3. He's riding Pinchy around the yard.
Nice.
Time to make a
the
plan,
day is
boys.
the day is yours.
All right.
Oh wait, we've done our long rest, or
Yes.
Long rested.
okay? As part of the long rest, one of the things that I was able to do now that I have the bag of holding is redistribute my infusions. Kick Puncher, I have made for you these special boots to wear.
Oh.
He doesn't need any special boots. All right? Fuck.
Spider-Man.
These are boots of spider climbing. Ba, 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 ba. So I don't know if you have any special boots going on here, but while you are wearing these boots, you can move up, down, and across vertical surfaces and upside down along ceilings while leaving your hands free. You also have a climbing speed equal to your walking speed.
This is so stupid.
All right.
Also,
So wait, can I literally just like stop on a wall and just stay there?
yes.
Yes.
All righty then.
And as long as you have these boots, you can cast web 10 times per long rest.
Oh, so that's where the infusion is now. Okay. I see.
Too bad there's no walls in this game.
I fully expect, even if you don't need it, that if you're next to a wall, you better be standing horizontally when you punch.
And trees. Don't forget trees.
Yes, true.
We're in a forest.
You have to use your whole movement speed every turn to just get up on the wall and then down off the wall and then up on the wall and then down.
At least until we're bored of it.
All right. But in order to do the webs, it's imperative that you have to stand up on one foot and you have to angle your other foot in the direction you want the web, and it shoots out. You just have to do a quick kick with it, and the webs will come out. That's how the boots are designed to function. All right.
All right, I got it.
All right, guys, it's a brand new day. You have some NPCs and some orc army guys. Where are we?
Do you
All right.
feel we should free the other orcs, or may we get along with the vengeance make?
Wait, say it again.
Shall we meet up and free the other orcs, or is it time for some vengeance make?
Oh. We said we would get to Scribblenaught and we would go take care of your vengeance. After that, we can discuss what we're going to do. I mean, do we think they're safe camped here?
Are you asking me or are you asking them?
No,
Your
I'm
companions?
asking them. No. Asking the party, the team. It's a band thing.
Honestly, probably. I mean, they're a giant band of orcs.
Let's get Grimlock in here. I think his opinion is also.
How's it going?
The fuck did you come from?
I'm always here. How's your day? How was your day?
It was good, but I'm looking at this picture. My God.
I'm sorry.
Oh my God, that hurts. Oh.
Chris is gonna have a fucking aneurysm.
Campaign
Ah,
over.
after today, I needed that. Thank you. All right. Anyway, so Grimlock, we have another quest that we need to complete before we move on. How safe do you think the band is here?
This is a pretty not traveled area. I think we'll be okay. I'll get the boys to keep it down. I
Alright.
think we'll be good.
I mean, we are really, really close to the city, and there is a dragon that could be here in probably 15 minutes if word got out that there was a group of non-humans camped near the city.
Yeah, that's a good point. I see that
Is
too.
there on your travels here, is there a better area where you might be able to make camp a little farther away and be a bit more hidden than here,
We
less open?
We can move under the trees. That should give us some good protection.
Okay. So you guys are gonna wait there, camp, and train and hone all skills.
You know the lads aren't good at sitting still for too long. We gotta make sure that they see some real action out there.
You can rape the wargs and ride off on the women.
Okay.
I don't think that's right at all.
I'm also putting my foot down here.
We'll make sure of that. We do need to find and meet up with that other enclave. We have a quest that needs to be completed first, and I promise you, you will definitely get some real action.
That sounds good. I'll let the boys know.
All right. And you're in charge while I'm gone. Keep them ready.
Seems really proud. Jimmy looks a little crestfallen.
Jimmy looks crestfallen.
Yeah, maybe he wanted to be in charge.
Jimmy the
can look-
dwarf in charge of the orc army.
Jimmy can be crestfallen. I'm okay with that. Lord. All right. That's taken care of. Shall we put on our special hats and make our way to the city?
Wait, back to the city?
Don't we have to go to get Frankenstein?
Dr. Fran K. Stein.
He's in the city, right?
Oh, god damn it. I gotta fuck with my infusions again.
Yeah, so you guys parked your boats, your armada, if it were, south on the river, but you could walk back to the city as well. Just kind of enter through the outer.
I thought that was the plan, was to leave the boats parked away from the city and walk back in.
Yeah, we definitely shouldn't bring the boats back in.
That's fine. We can do it. Let me.
But we should probably. I mean, who we taking with? Is it like Lucia should probably go back and take charge of the boats, be there waiting. Who else did we have with us?
Dell.
Dell, Pierre, Jimmy.
Because I don't think we're gonna be able to get them all back into the city either.
How does Pierre get around the city in general?
Pierre,
Uh,
how do you get around the city?
My friends, in the outer city, it's no problem. And I just do not go to the middle city. I mean, there are plenty of non-humans in the outer city. You guys recall?
So I guess we could drop them off at the Cinnamon Cider if you want them with. Dell's a human. He's allowed in. He might be recognized, though.
Probably not a good idea for me, Dell, to head into the city. I'm pretty well known, unless you guys can disguise me somehow.
Can we ever?
I mean, I'm sure in like 15 different ways, but
Yeah, but I see the point of not bringing Dell. Just
yeah, I mean, he was the commander of the Royal Guard, so he's pretty well.
something going wrong there. That's not a good idea.
This Spider-Man picture is like hypnotic.
I had to just turn it because I couldn't. It's minimized. I can't see it. Fucking start laughing again nonstop. All right. So who needs disguises?
I do not.
Don't you have a racial that allows you to disguise yourself?
I mean, I don't
You
have
don't-
to look humanoid at all.
So yeah, you guys don't need anything to walk around the outer city, right? Because that's
Let's
where
just
all
get
the
into the middle
non-humans live and work. It's just to
Yeah.
go into the middle city. You could disguise yourself, though you don't need to because you have work visas now.
Oh,
Yeah.
So the only
So-
thing you guys had disguised yourselves previously because you don't know if Bellfire knows what you look like. So that was the reasoning previously. But the fact
Okay.
that you have non-humans is irrelevant to this. You
and
have
we
the right
can walk
paperwork.
them, and we can walk them into the middle city. So like we
Yeah,
could
as long as you
grab
have
Mool and
work
Arthur and
visas.
drop them off at our shop.
At your
Mhm.
question mark, yes.
Oh yes, I'm sorry, at our question mark. All right. So let's send Lucius and Dell back to the boat. Take everybody else.
Wait, is Mool with us or is he on the boat?
He's on the boat.
We can grab them off the boat.
You left the non-combatants at the boat.
We need to
Yeah,
collect
we
them
gotta-
and bring them to the shop.
Yes.
Whatever the shop is.
Blades and Bruce.
I don't know if the quorum has approved that yet.
Blades and Bruce.
Okay,
We've
so
got a long walk ahead of
Well,
ourselves.
let's see the.
yeah, you have
question
plenty
mark
of time to talk about it on your way back to the boats.
Well, to be fair, I
okay.
don't think our characters actually know about this yet, right? We wouldn't know until we get back to Cinnamon Cider and they tell us.
So
Ezekiel and Erkin
and
know.
Ezekiel, no, yeah, because you went back and Raven
Oh.
gave you the
And
work
chose
visas,
and
gave you
chose
the-
not to visit the place that we own, apparently.
Yep.
I was
so you
busy.
guys were.
Okay.
All right, so you guys are gonna head back to the boat, collect Mool and Arthur, drop off Lucius and Dell. You're 2 for 2, and then walk up to the city.
Yes.
How suspicious would it be if we rode up to the city on wargs?
Fairly suspicious.
All right. We're going to
all
walk.
the wargs look kind of sad that you're not gonna.
I mean, I guess Jimmy could practice riding Pinchy way there, if, as long as Erkin's okay with that.
All right, so as you guys begin to leave the camp, Norse, Grimlock kind of grabs your arm and holds you back while the others continue to walk out of earshot. And he goes, "I don't know what your relationship is, but you know, Roar and Lynx work together, but you never fully trusted them. Just remember that you're one of us.
Never fully trusted the Lynx.
You're one of us and not one of them. The orcs answered to no one. We don't want to overthrow one tyrant just to have put up another. Just keep it in
Well, I can barely hear you.
Sorry.
There we go.
Better?
Much better.
Freaking. Which part did you lose me on? The whole thing?
Pretty much the whole thing.
So he goes, his voice is hard to do.
It's okay.
Oh, thanks. It's okay.
Trying to make you feel better about it.
I don't know what your relationship is with these people, but Roars and Lynx worked together for a long time, but he never really, trusted her completely. So just remember that, you have to look out for the well-being of all the orcs now. We don't want to overthrow one tyrant just to put up another one. So we got to look out for ourselves. No one else is going to. Just keep it in mind when you're out there.
Did he say
I
that in
understand.
private to?
Yeah, so he had grabbed him and waited for you guys to walk out of earshot before he talked to him.
I
Mm.
I can tell you, the people that I brought with me, we can trust like our brothers. They fought and bled alongside me. The Lynx, I understand. I don't know as well.
You're the leader now. We trust you to make the right decisions for us.
I will.
No pressure.
None taken.
Don't fuck it up.
You guys will die a good death.
Wow.
All right.
All right, so you catch up. You guys have a walk back to the boat. Everyone meets up. Silren yells off the side of the boat to Nostrin and goes, "Hey, new dad! I learned how to backstab.
Forgot about that.
One of the pirates taught me. He said he can teach me to be a rogue. Isn't that fun, new dad?"
Oh, Lord.
That is very unbecoming behavior.
Oh, he looks sad.
We face our enemies from the front.
He looks a little sad, and he hands the dagger back to the pirate.
Which pirate was this?
Bob, of course.
I just thought it would be good for the boy. No offense.
There's only one pirate at this point.
Bob, what other skills do you have?
I'd are all of the non-combat variety.
And yet you can teach a child how to stab people in the back.
Well, it's a child's, right? I mean, like, he doesn't know anything, so anyone can teach him. You don't have to be
So
a
you chose
mathematician
to
to
pour
teach a
influence
child
upon
math.
a child.
Well, I'm just gonna go down below deck now. It was nice seeing you guys.
Come back here. We must resume our talk about child morality.
Sure
well,
chases Bob onto the deck. They
Well,
can
that's
have a
going on.
private conversation.
I grab Ezekiel and pull him aside. Tell him, Grimlock told me that my father didn't exactly trust the Lynx fully. Just something to keep in mind.
So what tyrant were they talking about overthrowing? That's what I'm confused about.
Bellfire, obviously.
The orcs overthrew Bellfire?
No.
No, they're working to overthrow Bellfire.
Gotcha.
They're working with the Lynx.
I see. I thought they were talking about.
Just we don't know much about her. I trust everyone here. I don't. And I'll trust my father's tribe. I'll trust Grimlock, but just not putting all my eggs into one basket.
I gotcha. Thanks for the info.
All right. So you guys finish up. You head back to the city. We'll say not very far. A couple hours pass of brisk walking, and you are back in the outer city. So what
We
is
got
your?
Bull, right?
Yep. So you picked up Mool, and as far as I know, you picked up Mool and Arthur, deposited Jimmy and Dell.
Lucius.
I'm sorry, Lucius and Dell. So you have Jimmy, Mool, and Arthur. You like trading cards,
Yes.
swapping back and forth. Silran is staying on the boat, I assume.
Yep, and not succumbing to the bad influences of the Pirate King or Pirate.
Now the Pirate King, I like that.
Slip of the tongue.
Okay. That's what you think. All right. So, did you guys just want to head right to your shop, or what was the agenda?
Cool with going to the shop first and then getting on with this quest.
I'm
Okay.
on board.
Do we have a quorum on Blades and Brews?
I like it.
Okay. This
I
is the
feel like-
Grandmaster plan.
I feel like I don't have much of a choice, so sure.
I was gonna say, as long as there's blades, because that's a good thing for Mool.
Then I have to tell you my plan. We're on board. Let's do it. It'll be a secret.
I was gonna say, can I hear your plan or no?
This is the plan. We have not just a blacksmith. We have a blacksmith and a brewery that also sidelines as like a tavern. And the idea is that we're going to create a competing brew that'll compete with the cinnamon cider. Because that became the most popular drink after 10 years, what we'll do is completely overturn the economy as it starts to, well, crumble. It'll be a lot easier to overthrow Bellfire. And we have a place to stay if anything happens to the cinnamon cider.
Wow, that's a long-term plan right there.
In our brew to crumble the economy, are we going to add COVID-21?
Are we going to what?
Add COVID-21?
No.
Also known as the Furbog virus.
No.
Wow. It started when we picked up Silren, didn't it? Shit.
Yep. There.
Kids are the carriers, unfortunately. All
But
right,
it would
so
be nice to
you
have extra income.
Yes.
so you you open up or you head over to the the shop. It's fairly run down, right? You can tell that it's been maybe a week or two since anyone was here, and it's starting to show little signs of disuse. Erkin takes a comically large skeleton key and opens the front door. And inside you see it's a one-story building, pretty large, right? So the front half of the building is like the tavern, right? So you have some seats and some tables. Maybe we'll say 3 altogether, right? 3 tables. You have the bar area, and then behind there you have the area where the brewing happens, and then behind that is the blacksmith shop. So people can kind of watch the brewing and the blacksmithing happen while they're enjoying their whatever the competing brew is going to be. And Arthur goes,
This is a pretty nice place. I feel like we can get a lot done here. It's a good workspace.
and Mool goes, more love.
I'm happy that you're happy.
He's running around like a puppy. Like he's just super excited.
Can we make sure he doesn't get into the bruise part?
Oh God.
You're saying that Mool has the zoomies right now?
The zoo-
Yeah, when your dog or cat gets excited and they just dart back and forth across the house.
Is that what it's called?
It's
Yeah.
called the zoomies.
Yeah. So
The
Mool,
zoomies, yep.
Mool has the zoomies. He's trying to figure out how to get the forge lit in the back. He's having a great.
I'm sure Arthur can help Mool. They can work together.
Arthur goes,
Before I was an engineer, I went to school for business. I'd be happy to take care of this for you guys. I'm sure you don't want to spend all your time here. If I had a little seed money, I could probably get a lot going here.
I give Arthur my 2 gold.
I also give Arthur my 3 gold.
All right, so the way this is going to work is this place will turn a profit for you, assuming that you invest in it. So a certain amount of your investment will come back as interest, right? Or not interest, revenue in this case,
Hmm.
which Arthur can send to you guys on a fairly regular basis.
Oh my
So-
God, we're Pokemon Silver.
What you're saying is that we can just put all of our money into this and exponentially get money back until we break the economy and have infinite cash flow.
Technically, yes. Though I
Yeah.
flattened it. It's gonna take a while to break it.
But we can get some cool items that
You're not getting like an 80% return on your money. So
Come on, second 10-year time skip.
100-year.
100 year.
Okay. So we have 240 gold and 20 silver plus Ezekiel's and Norse's gold. How much of that do we want to give them?
all of it.
Okay.
You asked
I mean-
a barbarian outlander.
As a monk, I have no need of any items, so yes, all.
How much gold was that Norris and Ezekiel had?
4 gold total out of the two of us.
I'll also give my 2 gold
Ooh, 6.
to make that a solid 6.
I'm keeping my gold. I needed to summon things.
All right, so we're going to start collecting interest on 246 gold and 20 silver.
okay, we don't do silver here. So 246.
Where did I
gold.
get silver from?
Not from me because I've only ever given you guys fucking gold.
Just turn that silver into gold. It's fine.
I'm going to find in my notes.
It's now
Arthur's
gold.
Arthur's like, oh, Arthur's like, that's a good amount of seed money. I could probably hire a full-time clerk with that. That's sure to improve profits. How much of this did you want me to, reinvest back in the shop, and how much did you want me to mail to you guys? So, what percentage of your revenue do you want to go back into the shop, or do you want it all sent
Oh,
to you guys?
it should probably sum into the shop so it keeps improving. Get better
Compound
revenue.
interest, all of it in the shop.
We should be able to withdraw, right? Kind of like a bank.
You can't once it's reinvested, so you can choose to take it up front. So if you tell me that you want 50% of it, then half will go back into the shop and half will get mailed to you guys.
My gut instinct says 60-40.
Okay, I like it.
And which direction? What is the 60?
I was gonna say 60 into the shop and 40 to us.
I agree.
Sure.
Okie I have
Okay.
a spreadsheet keeping track of all of it for us. Of course.
And he's gonna be like 60% of 1 gold.
Again,
Rounded
it's
down
sort-
is 0.
it's,
Because I don't do silver.
it's, it starts slow, but it gets going. I actually had to bring it back down because I originally put like 10%, and that shit got out of control really fast. Like you guys had thousands of gold getting mailed to you basically by like day 14. So, all right, this is great, guys. Well, Bull and I are gonna get to work. Feel free to stop by in a couple days and see how it's looking. I'm excited about this new venture we have here.
We are too.
Do we need to spend time crafting a new menu?
I mean, what is are you guys selling swords, or you just happen to be making swords? Like, what are we actually selling out of this shop?
I'm hoping that we're selling weapons and maybe some armor to help make money, and also to help Mool improve his skill so he can make us better stuff.
That's true. Once he crafts 100 basic hammers, then he can craft a better hammer.
This is
Mool,
RuneScape now.
You need to craft 100 basic hammers by 10 p.m. tonight.
Wait, yes, make me hammers. Hold on, yes, I need hammers.
You need hammer?
Fucking Muppet.
He
I'm-
reaches into his bag and pulls out like 5 hammers.
I'm going to show him my warhammer and say, I need hammer, but large hammer that I could whack people with like this.
Are you trying to avoid another infusion? What does your infused hammer do?
It gives me +2.
Okay.
So I would
Alright,
like
so
to
just-
avoid another infusion. Yes. 5 and a
Uh,
half.
he picks up your hammer and examines it, and then starts picking around the shop for stuff. Okay.
Yes.
And then were you going to try to craft a beverage?
The signature beverage of Blades and Brews.
I mean, I think it needs a signature beverage if your plan is to overthrow the economy.
All right.
It's White Claw.
I was gonna say it's a
Yep.
hard seltzer. It's fine. We understand.
No, we already have a cider. We can't do something bitchy again. Come on.
That's true.
Mm,
I say spicy dwarf stout.
Oh,
yes.
speaking of stout, we got a stout that was 14% ABV over the weekend.
And let's make it 14% ABV.
I like it.
It's called
Ooh.
More Tennis Elbow.
More tennis elbow. And Google.
Of the keyboard in the background. Fucking.
They're blues, aren't they?
All
I
right.
feel like we should age it in mead barrels.
Ooh.
Well, yeah, because we
Ooh.
could make a partnership with the Cinnamon Cider to get their leftover barrels. We can age our beer in it.
Ah,
Oh,
But
God.
that's
We gotta
okay.
even though we're trying to
great.
take it over, we still have to promote growth in the economy.
Yep.
Okay, so that'll be great because it'll give it that hint of like, sweet complexity along with that like bitterness of the stout. I think it'd be the perfect palette. All right, let's do this.
All right, guys. So we're gonna do a little mini game here. So Erkin, as the brewer, is going to do the base of the brew, right, for the creation, and then but it's a team effort, right? So everyone's going to roll and tell me how their particular skill set helps with the creation of this brew, and everyone who gets a 15 or higher will contribute 2 to Erkin's roll. So, and the higher the base is, the more popular it's going to be, and the more money you'll make.
So
Just a
we
D20.
we add our pluses to the d20 off of the
So, yep.
particular
So,
skill
if
set.
you can tell me why that skill
Uh,
helps in the creation of brewing, then yep, you can
Can I
add it.
go? Can I go first?
Absolutely.
All right. So, on the vein of what I was previously saying, I'm going to use my skills of persuasion to convince Cinnamon Cider to sell us their old barrels at a massive discount because all they were doing was throwing them away anyway. But
Love it. You and Barley are negotiating. He goes, well, goddamn. It was just a huge waste anyways to throw them away. I'd be happy to sell them to you guys. And you have a fairly steady supply of cider barrels coming to you now.
all right, let's go.
So we'll add +2 to Erkin.
Okay.
All right. Who else wants to try to contribute?
I am going to add survival to this.
Oh God! So you don't die when you drink it.
Well, no. Survival is also knowing secrets of nature, wild forms of yeast and such, and where to get them, and what is harmful and what is not harmful.
But you want them to be just harmful enough to give them that bite. But okay.
Exactly.
That's true. I mean, you can get like this, put a little crazy shroom in there too, right?
Correct. So
All
that
right.
work for you?
That absolutely works for me.
Oh yeah.
So Norris travels outside the city and picks just the right kind of mushroom, right? It's not totally benign, but it definitely won't kill you immediately. It's just the right kind of
It's a
flavor.
mild hallucinogenic.
It's just a mild, it's like an absinthe type of beverage you're creating now. All right, we'll add another +2. All right, Novstrid, Kick Puncher.
I will go. Using nature, I'm going
I can't
to
wait to hear how Kick Puncher is going to use acrobatics somehow. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I
Yeah.
didn't use athletics.
So I'm going to use nature with my exposure into the wild and growing up in the woods to know what a nice hearty brew is supposed to taste like. and we're going to adjust flavors based on my suggestion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice. So Nostrid works long into the night, taste testing, adding additional flavors, I mean, he's pretty drunk by the end of it, but he firmly believes that you guys have a solid flavor profile to work with here.
Wait. What does drunk mustard sound like?
Normal.
Bruh.
Sounds like
Do you
drunk.
like beer?
That's great, because now when you guys start your next part of your adventure, Ye will be drunk. You all heard it. He
or
agreed.
hungover, one of the two.
Or hungover. Nice job, Ye. All right, Kick Puncher. How do you acrobatics this beverage?
I'm going to use my insight. Someone who had to survive in kind of the underbelly of Lockport. I learned how to understand what people want and what people like in order to be able to manipulate them in order to get what I need. And so I can use this skill in order to understand what our clientele are actually going to want out of the flavor and what they're going to be most interested in partaking of.
I like it. So, I mean, I imagine that as, I mean, you're out in the streets, right? You're talking to people, right? You're
Yeah.
trying to get an idea. You're doing that thing. Would you be very likely, somewhat likely, or less likely to enjoy a beverage with a hallucinogenic mushroom in it, right? And it
Yeah.
comes back very, very likely.
And also doing exit polling at Cinnamon Cider and other nearby bars to see, what people are enjoying about their brews. 21.
Phenomenal. Nice. All
Ooh,
right,
nice.
Erkin, it all comes down to you. So you have, you're going to get +8 on your roll. So what do you use to craft this competing beverage that you plan to overthrow the economy with?
Alchemy.
Yeah. I use triple investigation with a side of alchemy.
So we're going to use. I mean, we're going to use my brewing skills to actually brew the damn thing. Come on. We're going to also add in a hint of blue mushroom because I would like all of our drinkers to have a little bit of +1 to their con modifier.
All right. All right. So you're going to roll alchemy.
Yes, I am.
All right. Come on, crit fail. Come on, crit fail.
I feel like, since I have a Grave Warden's Eye, I should have a advantage on this.
That's not what the Grave Warden's Eye does.
It
All right.
doubles potency. So we're going to have a double potency brew here.
Is that a plus another 8 to that? So 25.
No. So we'll say 17's good. So what is that? 25. Listen, that is a fantastic beverage. Now I'm gonna have to go back so many episodes ago or sessions ago and figure out what you rolled to create cinnamon cider, and we'll see how this matches up.
2.
See how popular your beverage is.
It was a 2.
Listen, guys.
I remember it.
It was definitely not a 2. I don't think it was a 25 though. So I think you're gonna have the market squared away. And listen, this is just the first draft that you guys are putting out. Right? It doesn't mean it has to be the last one. You gotta find that perfection. So you guys work long through the night, perfecting this beverage and scouring the streets and the woods, and negotiating for barrels. But you think that you got something that you can definitely work with. Arthur's he thinks that he can bring it to market. His BA in business.
So my question for you guys is this: it's going to have that nice hint of, sweetness, but just a little bit of harshness to it. Do we call it the bladed brew?
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, that works.
Sure.
I'm not good with names.
He's still drunk. It's okay.
As you guys are leaving, you see Arthur scrawling like a chalk sign outside, inviting people to come in for a bladed brew. And then you see him. He's got a few people lined up, applicants for the bartender position. and he bids you farewell. All right, so someone needs to remember to remind me every day, tell you how much gold was sent to you. I know I'm not gonna fucking remember.
Okay.
My best.
Remind.
How is
Gold.
it getting sent to us?
Hey Siri. Oh.
Well, he's gonna send it in by Raven. Sebastian's gonna run it back and forth for you.
Those are some
The Raven will
strong
give it to
fucking
him.
ravens.
That's a pretty strong raven. I mean, gold's pretty heavy.
Yeah, you guys aren't getting that much to start with. This is a startup, guys. Right? You sunk most of your money into it, but it's a long-term investment. And I feel good about
You know, instead of killing Fran, maybe we should get her to invest.
it.
No.
All right.
We tried.
Give you an offer
Blood
you
for
can't
blood.
refuse.
Sorry, give me 1 second. All right, I'm back. All right, so you're gonna change this over to an economy sim, and you're gonna try to get everyone in the streets of Lockport to invest.
Yes.
Okay, go nuts. You
New
see
game.
you see a wealthy aristocrat walking down the street ahead of you with a giant top hat and monocle.
Would you like me to use intimidation or?
I push Ezekiel towards him.
We're not actually doing this. I take it back.
I thought
Too
you were
late.
doing-
Go.
All right.
Have you heard of
I'm-
our Lord and Savior, the Cthulhu Spaghetti Monster?
I have indeed, sir. Thank you, thank you.
Mistakes were made.
Can we just go kill Frankenstein?
I mean, that's
You guys
what
can
I
do
figured
whatever
here
you
for.
want. Yeah.
There's got to be some NPCs we can convert in there.
Okay, so I think Ezekiel and Nofstrid know where Dr. Stein's house is.
Does anyone have a parchment so I may draw you a map?
Why don't you
I-
just lead the way for us?
Do you wish to go in blind, or would you prefer to do some preparation? My vote is on preparation. He looks at you haughtily.
I show him my hand. Draw on this.
When has preparation ever helped us before?
I dig into my bag and pull out a piece of parchment and a quill and ink.
So I draw a rough sketch of the path from the dock to Dr. Stein's house, and then the rough perimeter of where the giant oak tree was where I hid. Presumably, I got a decent view from there, and yeah.
Okay, you do it.
I eat the map.
You
I
do
rip
all
it out of
those.
his hand and just eat it.
You do all those things that you said you were going to do. So you draw a nice map of the exterior of the building, the path from the docks, and you know that it's not too far away. It's maybe an hour's walk through the city.
The property had some rather high walls. I would suggest we have some means of scaling the walls, because I don't think they're going to let us through the front. I could be wrong.
We could just try to go through the front door.
Mm-hmm.
We need maybe a plan. Maybe we can go pitch our business model.
Mm.
He's a doctor. We could be going for a checkup. Or, hold on, wait a minute. I just had the best idea.
Let's go get Silver in an offer. Oh no.
Let's put Novstrid in a coffin.
No.
And
Yes.
we'll
I'm
come,
a big fan of this
and
plan
we'll
so
come,
far.
I'm
and
liking
we'll
this
come
fight.
in Trojan horse style. And he'll let us in, and then you burst out of the coffin and we murder them all. No?
Her.
I'm a big fan of this plan. You guys notice a giant coffin in an alleyway.
I would have just had Arthur build us a coffin, but
Why can't I build the coffin?
Oh no,
because Arthur's better than you right
You done did it now.
Because we don't need the coffin to have turrets and flamethrowers on it. We just need a coffin.
I'd like to point out that Arthur's the one who put the flamethrower on Pinchy. Just saying.
At your request.
Arthur's busy being a business magnate now. He doesn't have time for silly construction projects.
I mean,
I have
don't
no
we
problem.
have spare coffins from where we offloaded them on the boat?
No, they took him.
They took all of them.
Yeah.
I think one may have been left behind, right, Will?
I think for sure one was left behind.
See? I mean, I think we're
I
all on board with
volunteer to
this.
carry the coffin.
We're all on board with
I'm-
this except for the person we volunteered to do it.
We can stuff him in now.
I had not convinced me this is a good plan, and somehow I'm now gonna get stabbed in the coffin.
Roll
15 times.
persuasion, Ezekiel.
I mean, is that what's happening right now? Because I'll definitely roll persuasion.
Against my wisdom save, yes.
Fuck!
Oh, fuck yourself.
I love
Tides of
when you guys
chaos.
fight.
That's chaos. Yes.
I love when you guys fight.
God
and I don't
fucking
do
damn
anything.
it. I
Alright,
walk into the
Ezekiel.
coffin.
What do you, is it not
That was-
Ezekiel?
that
What
was
do you say to him?
Absolutely worth Tides of Chaos. Alright, Nofstrid. I know you're a bit claustrophobic, and I know you don't trust this plan, but the whole point is that if they try to stab you, we all burst out and murder everyone. And isn't that the whole reason we're going there? We just need to get
What
inside.
happens if you murder the first one before you get inside, and then I'm stabbed and you're still stuck out?
No murder's gonna happen until we get in the door.
What if they stab me outside?
Then why are they stabbing random coffins outside? That seems rather
To
suspicious.
make sure the
You're-
body
you're-
is dead.
You're pretty
is-
robust. You can definitely take at least one stab.
It's true.
This is like the A team trying to convince B.A. Baracus to fly. This is great.
This seems like an extraordinarily bad plan. And I look over to the rest of you. Are you all into this?
I'm into
I-
some freaky shit, man. Don't worry about it.
My question: what they're gonna think when we just show up with one coffin? Aren't there usually like dozens?
They
Well,
can
yeah,
ask all the questions.
but
The whole
we're-
point is
But
inside.
we're freelancers. We're not professionals. We're freelancers. Heard that he collects these things.
We just
Are
happened to
they-
find one.
Coming in to collect our bounty.
Are they not going to have questions about where you heard this from?
I mean, we heard him from some
On the docks.
unsavory types that
Bob.
hang around the harbor.
Bob the pirate.
Arr.
No, Bob's our friend. We don't want to throw him under the bus and get him hurt.
He's on our boats. We own Bob now. It's fine.
Yeah, but then what if people come for Bob afterwards?
The whole point is to kill all of these people.
Let's not forget that Nostrid did lose his wisdom saving throw. So I think that this has to end with him getting in the coffin.
Yep.
Hey, big fella, it's okay.
I'm already
take care of
walking
it.
into the coffin.
I
This is going to take a dark turn where Ezekiel convinces all of you via rolls to kill yourselves. No. I'll hold the knife. You just jump on it. You're fine.
I gently close him into the coffin. It's okay, big fella. We'll take care of everything.
I hate all of you.
I don't know if you guys combined can lift up Ezekiel's coffin. I mean, Ezekiel plus, or not Ezekiel, Nostrid plus a coffin. That's a lot
Can
of
we
weight.
go
man.
through this? Wait, yay! What's my freaking carrying capacity? Like 1 million pounds.
Hey,
Kidding me.
hey, Urkin,
was
have
like
you invented
5
the wheel
something.
yet? Let's put him in a wheelbarrow. We'll put the
Yeah, I
coffin
can-
in a
Coffin
cart.
holder.
Yeah.
I'm sure I can drag him.
I mean,
Alright,
like,
that's-
we can make wheels, but I'm pretty sure that we can easily lift this.
Yeah, you can
have-
carry him.
I have +8 to athletics. What do you want me to roll?
All right. So you guys lift up the coffin and start trudging your way an hour, right? To
We take breaks.
to
Wait. He had to go on that coffin an hour away. We couldn't get closer, go around the corner, and put him in.
Yeah.
I'm just following what your lead is here, guys. So
No, he's not being in there for an hour. It's in the last couple
Okay.
minutes.
Okay, fine. So you guys are around the corner, and Nostrid
It's just gonna be for
grudgingly
now
climbs into the coffin.
an inconspicuous cart full of assorted goods with a tarp over it.
I
Wait,
also
there's
make sure.
there's a cart now.
Yeah. Nostrid.
No, he said we could. He said we could carry it.
Perfect, made
What was?
Okay, I'm gonna say you guys are carrying it.
Okay.
We're carrying it.
Um,
I make sure to tilt and bump the coffin as much as possible.
He's not even in it.
No, he's not in it yet.
No, when he's in it.
Oh, okay. Okay, got it.
all right, now he's getting in it now, and you guys pick him up. Are you just gonna carry him to the front door?
No, I'm gonna drop it once. Yes, to the front door. Unless anyone's got another plan.
No, I mean that was my plan.
No, good. Guess what? You got to knock on the door and do the talk.
Okay, we're all agreeing. So this is where we're at. We're in front of this place with.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I'm going to knock on the door.
Kill you guys more often. So you wait a few very, very uncomfortable moments, we'll call it, as the four of you hold this coffin with your friend inside. Not knowing what to expect when the door opens. But eventually the door does open, and you see a very... Nofstrid would recognize him as the person who had answered the door last time as well, but he's inside the coffin. It's a very well-dressed, thin man. And he looks over all of you, and he goes, "Dr. Stein has been expecting you for ages now. Please remove your companion from the coffin and follow me." And he holds up a sending stone, and he goes, "Dr. Stein, they're finally here. I'll bring them downstairs. Thank you." And you hear a voice come back. "Thank you, Bates."
Deception. There's no one in the coffin. I mean, there's just a dead furball in the coffin. You want me to remove him in the street?
We have plenty of dead furbolgs inside. You can leave that one outside. Do we really insist on having to do this?
Should we just kill
We
it?
had a plan.
The doctor is I'm sorry that you had a plan, but the doctor is expecting you. She's very busy. We thought you were going to be here.
Expecting us.
I'm gonna crack the lid open and be like, "Yo, they know. I guess."
I pushed the lid up. Why did we do this?
I dropped the coffin.
Oh my god. So Bates, the butler, leads
Did you know you were gonna
uh,
do this the entire time, by the way?
Yes. Yeah, of course.
Hold on. We go through the
I
front
would
door.
never stop you guys from doing the weird shit you do.
Can I get a description of Bates? What does he look like? Big
So
guy.
Bates is very thin, tall, very proper and kind of formally dressed.
Mhm.
You know, very like I mean, butlers exist in this world, and you would recognize him as like a house servant, basically.
Excellent. Bates, do you have 2 gold on you? I lost mine.
I certainly fuck, I lost his voice already. I certainly don't. I certainly do not. But
Can I pick
please,
you up?
please
Can I
follow
pick you up and shake
me.
you upside down and see what falls out?
I would ask that you do not. Please, please, please. You're already behind. We expected you much earlier in the day. You must have stopped somewhere.
Finding me 2 gold will get this moving along quicker.
He's just walking. He's not waiting for you.
Wait. Okay, so we walk in through the front door.
You walk in through the front door. So it's a very, very like extravagantly wealthy home. Right? It's just very well laid out. It's not ostentatious. Everything is just very like finely crafted though. He leads you down a couple hallways towards the back of the house.
Can I knock a vase over as I walk by?
If you must.
Yes.
I imagine that Nofstrid is like seething with anger right now about this whole thing. So I'm gonna while we're talking discreetly say, anytime you say the word, we'll pull the trigger. But do you want to hear him out? Do you want to entertain what they have to say?
Let's see what she has to say. And later we can melt her face.
Are you sure? Because Bates is a level 20 butler, so you want to throw down. He's ready to go. So Norris
Look,
purposely knocks a vase over, and Bates tries to catch it, but he rolls a 5. And
I try to catch it.
what? Why?
Mostly spite. I
Okay,
fail.
well,
You
So
guys
you
actually
do
crash
that-
into each other.
you do that thing where you try to quickly swat it with your hand to catch it, and you actually just slap it into the ground even harder. And Bates just looks at Norris and sighs, and then continues to walk.
I look
So
at
he gets to
Nostrum
the
on wing.
he gets to the middle part of a fairly long hallway to a large portrait of an older woman, and he moves the portrait aside. Like he kind of slides it aside, and you see that there is a staircase leading down.
Do we recognize the portrait?
You do not recognize the portrait. You head down the steps. It goes very, very deep into the earth. You probably go down a couple hundred steps.
So while we're walking, I'm beginning to cast dark vision on the. I tap each person on the shoulder that doesn't have dark vision. So myself, Urkin, and
Me,
Ezekiel, maybe?
kick puncher.
No, kick
Yourself,
puncher.
Ezekiel, and Kick Puncher.
Yes,
Okay, so it's
I spend 3 of my rank 2 slots to give
so
everyone dark.
before you do, so it's not getting darker. Like it's still very well lit. Are you just doing that just in case, or
Yep.
did you assume it was getting dark?
I assume that
So
in case of
you want to
fuckery,
do it
I want to be able to see.
Okay, perfect. I just want to make sure you weren't working off bad data. Yeah, because it's still very brightly lit. It's very clean. Um, some would say even like sterile, like it's like above and beyond. So you get to the bottom of the staircase, and you head up through a hallway, and you see to each side several large, like almost like vats, like tanks, right, from Star Wars that have people in them. Um, and you see floating in each of these tanks in like a pink viscous liquid are furbolgs. Yay, do you want to roll a perception check?
What is this?
A perception check.
Oh, the lady does like her experiments. Man, I cannot get this guy's voice is all over the fucking map.
21.
The lady does like her experiments. So you see, you kind of press up against the glass because it's kind of obscured because of the pink liquid. But in the first one, you can see it looks like a fairly normal looking furbolg, but you can see that his hands have large like brass claws coming out of each hand and each foot, which definitely are not natural to furbolgs. As you keep moving down the line and look in each tube, you see the second tube has another furbolg, and it has large, like almost chitinous plates growing out of its skin, like kind of like a carapace armor. The third tube has a furbolg, and both of his legs have been replaced by looks like some sort of machinery. But you're not 100% sure what it does. The fourth tube has a furbolg, and one arm has been replaced with like almost like a crossbow. And then the fifth tube has a furbolg, and both of his eyes have been replaced by blue crystals.
This is highly improper. What have you? How dare you keep my brethren enslaved here, kept against their will? They shall be free.
Oh no worries. No worries. They're quite dead. They're just on display. These
And
are some
that
of the lady's failed experiments. But
and that is
it's
supposed
you
to
learn
make
a
you
lot
feel
from
better.
failure. Not at all. I don't care. I'm just just trying to make our appointment on time, and we continuously are experiencing these delays.
I pop my knuckles.
Oh God. Level 20 Bates. Level 20 Butler Bates. Let's go. So he continues to lead you a little bit farther on, and eventually
Do
you
I
come to
intimidate him at
a.
all?
I'm sorry. Did you roll?
I rolled an 8.
Oh.
It was so low he didn't even see it.
No, I'm sorry. No, he. Hold on. Let's.
Thanks.
Nope. He does not look intimidated. So he continues to lead you on a little bit farther, and you enter a room, and there is it looks like a large operating theater, right, from like a hospital, and you can see an older woman, um, the one from the picture before you came down, and it looks like she's working on a furball corpse that's directly in front of her. Looks like she's installing something into the cavity where the heart was. All right, let's see. What do I want her to sound like?
Maybe they're making improvements. Don't make any judgments yet. I mean, this could improve your
Thank
species
you.
for the better.
Thank you, Bates. And she checks a large pocket watch. A little behind schedule, but you know, so what can you do? And she looks over at you guys and she says, "Thank you for coming, Bates. Can you bring some tea down for our guests? No need to be rude." And Bates scurries off.
I
And
believe
everyone,
it's too late for that now.
too late for what?
Rudeness.
There's always time for manners. I don't understand. Can everyone roll me a perception check, or Ye goes too far, or not far enough? So anyone who rolls, wow, or can you suck at rolling perception? So Ezekiel, Norris, and Kick Puncher. So you notice on one. I mean, there's a lot going on in this room, but you specifically notice on the wall there is a map of the area of Lockport and the surrounding area, and you can see notations on the map. And kind of closer inspection, you realize that it's actually been tracking your movements around the island. And then you see a note right on Dr. Stein's house that says arrival of party, and it has a time for about mid-afternoon or about midday today, but it's nighttime now. But it actually tracks all of your movements around the island so far, including the things that you thought you were doing secretly, like taking boats around and stuff like that.
I'm immediately going to just point it out right away.
Oh, I was walking over to the map and just taking it off the wall.
Yeah, I'm gonna come and just like look at it with you and look over. It's how the hell like when did you plant a bug on us? Like, how are you following us? How do you know this?
How far back does it go?
It goes from your. Ooh, great question. So it doesn't go all the way back to when you came out of the temple. So I'll say it's from when you started to head north to talk to the dwarves. Like that's kind of where it picks up the trail.
Hmm.
It's best to be prepared. I have vast resources at my disposal, and I use them to my advantage. I would ask that you put that down. It's not a toy. She's looking at
How much
yours.
is it worth to it?
Can I roll an Arcana
Yeah.
check on this thing? Do I know it as a magical device or is it an actual map?
It's you don't have to. It's just a map. That would be cool though, magical map. Then I definitely want to give it to you guys.
The Marauders map.
It's the Marauders map, yeah.
Yeah.
So Bates walks in with a giant platter full of tea, and lays it out on top of the furbolg that she had been operating on. Oh, tea is served. Oh, before I forget, and she walks over to one of her cabinets and pulls out 2 small pills. And she hands one to Ezekiel and one to Nostrid. You better, you should take that. You should take it now. Always a good idea. She
Why?
looks at you expectantly. Oh, there's no time for that. You can't start a story in the middle. I'd like to explain it in the proper order. There's the right way to do things. But I do recommend that you take that now, though.
How come only they get pills?
Did you not hear what I was saying about stories in the middle? You seem to like to ask questions. That's going to be very annoying.
I'm
I
sure it
medicine
is. What do
checked
these
the
pills do?
tablet.
Yeah, go ahead.
I medicine checked the pill. Does it smell or like have any kind of gleam that would suggest it's poisonous or hallucinogenic or any of that?
No, I mean nothing that you would immediately recognize as being dangerous or anything like that.
While continuing to maintain eye contact, I hand the pill back to Erkin and don't say a word.
I take my pill.
Okay, is Erkin
It-
doing something with it?
And the longer he stays there silently, eventually I'm gonna like.
No, she's
What the
focused
fuck
on.
is this thing?
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm going to inspect inspect the pill. I assume alchemy would very much help me in determining what the hell this thing is.
Mhm.
Hmm.
So I know it's a pill.
So you know it's a pill, and again, you don't believe it's poisonous. You don't believe it's hallucinogenic. It's definitely not something that you recognize or anything like that. But you do notice that there is a tiny stamp on it in the hermit script. Before you can tell Ezekiel any of that, he collapses to the ground. Can you just give him the pill so we can move on, please? In about 30 seconds, it won't matter anymore, but I don't want Bates to have to clean him up.
I try my best to memorize the script that's on there, and then I shove it in Ezekiel's throat.
All right. And Ezekiel wakes back up.
What the actual fuck?
Now explain.
I eat the map.
She takes a small cup of tea, and she goes, "We are on the same side in this battle. Would you believe me if I said that? Would you believe that we're on the same side?"
No.
Inside check.
No.
Not even remotely.
15. Do I believe her?
Uh, that's not what insight does, but you think that she is. Yeah, I mean, you can tell me if you believe her or not, but you think that she is telling the truth from what you can tell with your.
Personal truths are very subjective. How do you know what side we're on? How do we know what side?
I know because you seek the destruction of our emperor. Do you not? I mean, it's clear from all of your actions.
Not
Hashtag
my
not my
emperor.
emperor.
Oh, God, I'm
Do you
sorry.
see this as having only two
The
sides?
emperor. I don't see it as having two sides. That's very astute of you, Erkan.
Destruction isn't justice either.
What if I were to tell you that for the past 2,000 years, a group of, let's call them enlightened individuals, have sought the destruction of all magic in this plane? Would you believe that?
I
What's
have
magic?
seen many things. This hardly seems that surprising.
But what does that have to do with this situation?
Well, I am one of those individuals, and that is how we are on the same side in this. My people, the enlightened, also seek the destruction of Bellfire as the epitome of magic in this world at this point. a lot of my fellows would disagree with me speaking to a party of, accompanied by magi, uh, like your friends here. But I find it, a little better as means to an end, as it were. And I'm sure you guys would agree. Otherwise, your friends would both be dead right now. So, and that wouldn't be good for anyone.
Who
Okay.
are these enlightened?
Oh, now that's a story. So, I mean, I'm sure you know that for, millennia upon millennia, for thousands upon thousands of years, magic users, the magi as we call them, uh, have used their gifts to systematically gain control over everyone else. I mean, there's really no disputing it when you look at claims, and we'll use the emperor as a perfect example. He uses his gifts to enslave, and this is not uncommon. Um, so people like myself, uh, we formed our own society, a society that values intelligence and ability over magic, and we have sought to level the playing field, as it were.
That just sounds like you want to change the game to your personal.
Oh, that's correct. Um,
How
we
does
we
that
do.
make you any different from the so-called magi you oppose? You are merely turning
Um,
the game, turning the world into something where you can succeed at by your gift versus
uh,
the world in which the others succeed by.
when Wouldn't you say that one's own abilities should matter more than um, chance, as it were, the being born with magical powers or gaining them? Wouldn't you say that one's own ability and one's own intelligence should be what matters?
How can you say that the intelligence to which you're born with is not a matter of chance?
It's
Uh,
not just intelligence; it's ability. Not all that succeed are just born with intelligence. We have many who rely on their own abilities and their own scholarship.
I'm going to interject and just kind of like, I don't know, mutter under my breath and just be like, she has a point.
I have an 8 intelligence. I'm very confused right now.
I'm confused with you. It's okay.
Can
From
you pass
where I
that?
stand, you are no different than the magi who abuse their gifts to mold the world as they choose. You merely are using your intellect and depriving others of what they were born with so that you may succeed. You are no different than the people you fight. I will not side.
um,
What about selectively choosing who does and doesn't get magic?
all right, what was that, Seth? I didn't understand that.
Well, what about selectively choosing who does and who doesn't get to commune with the arcane?
We find it simpler just to remove the arcane from this world. I mean, and I'll be straightforward. That is our end goal. Um, the path happens to align with your own, which is why I brought you here, um, and why I'm going to ask you to take a short journey to the city of the Enlightened, where they will have further tasks for you. I believe that together we can accomplish a great deal, with the proper direction of the Enlightened, of course. You are like a great broadsword swinging through this land, and that is not what is needed at the moment. We need a scalpel, not a broadsword, and we can help you become that. We do have our own agenda and our own ends, so we may part ways after this, but why not work together in the short term?
Because you participated in the genocide of my people. That is why I cannot collaborate with you.
It's not genocide. They just happen to make great research experiments. I mean, your people are a hardy folk, and what we've learned um, from experimenting on them will help thousands.
I wish to also pose an experiment to you. It's called How many times can the good doctor's face take a broadsword to Norse?
She just looks. She looks very disappointed in you. She goes, just it's so crass. Before you bother with your idle threats, I just want you to know that this whole house is wired to explode if I were to fall unconscious, or if I so choose. So please keep your idle threats to yourself, or we will have to destroy this whole block that we're on, including you.
So
Now, where
only
were
you
we?
unconscious, I could just keep cutting you over and over and over again, causing you great amounts of pain, but keep you awake. I'm good at
Uh,
that.
or when I choose. You must have missed that part.
Oh, I did miss that part. I'm stupid. 8 intelligence.
Birkin, can you roll me another perception check?
Oh boy, I'm sure this is gonna go well.
You can do it. At 20.
Let's go. All right.
Oh
No,
no.
you can't.
We got advantage. Don't worry. Don't worry. God damn.
Better.
That's enough with a
Add 'em up
13. So you notice looking around the room that a lot of like the notes and things like that. There's whatever D&D whiteboards up. A lot of the notes are in the hermit script.
Uh-oh.
What is this script?
She looks to where you're pointing. She goes, "Oh, that is the language of the enlightened. Have you seen it before?"
I rummage through my bag and pull out the Hermit's Journal,
Are you
and
gonna
I show it to her.
give it to her? Oh, this is interesting. Can I have this to read through?
You're not gonna
We
get
don't
far.
see. I'm fluent in the script. I was actually one of the creators of it, so I think that I would get very far.
The book is blank.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Oh, I thought it had. What?
only the cover. Only the cover has something on it. The book seems to be
I
blank.
literally
It's
just read
tattered.
your backstory. Okay. Swear that's not what your backstory says. Okay, never mind. Hold on. Rewind. Somebody make a rewind noise. Okay.
It can work.
She
I
goes,
thought you were gonna pull some like whole. Oh, it's magical, and it'll come
no,
out, or not magical, but
I'm
like.
gonna go read your dice cloud again, because I swear that it said that the book was full of symbols, because the hermit wrote in it. Anyway, so the cover has writing on it.
Yeah, just the cover.
Okay. Let's move here. That's very interesting. Where did you find this?
From the person who raised me before he died. Well, after he died.
Oh, I- that's very unusual. Was this his? Did he find it? It's
He
not. It's very rare that one of the enlightened make their way to Mundania.
he collapsed over the book. The book was open, but there was no writing in it.
Can I have this book? I'd be interested to do some experiments on it.
I would prefer that I get it back, but yes.
Sure, of course. I'm not a thief.
I mean, we are gonna murder her right now, though, right? So
So we're in agreement then. You will travel to the city of the enlightened and report for duty. Did
He
you?
said, duty.
And what if we
And-
decide not to?
She looks at you disappointed.
I'm not
I
saying that
mean,
we won't. I just want to know what happens if we don't. Am I going to collapse again?
And she looks at Bates and she holds out her hand, and he hands her a small box. And she goes, "With everything you've seen here, you must know that I'm overly prepared." And she hands Ezekiel, and she opens the box and she drops a small ring into Ezekiel's hand, and you recognize it as your wife's wedding ring. I promise no harm has come to her, and as long as you boys toe the line, no harm will come to her. Waiting for Seth to fireball me.
Yeah, I'm I'm getting there. I'm gonna lean over to Nofstrid and say, "How prepared are you to die in this house tonight?"
I'm prepared to live escaping the fiery inferno of this house.
And then I look to the rest of the group.
I'm already on the ceiling.
Yes.
Fucking hilarious.
I draw my sword and enter a rage.
Wait, I'm not on board with this.
I mean, she already
She's
said there's more of them.
she's
We don't
starting
know where they are.
I'm sure there's a map.
If she blows up the house, it doesn't matter if there's a map.
I ate the map.
Are you guys rolling initiative, or what are we doing here?
Why did you have this? Where did you get it from?
I took it from your wife's finger. Where else would I take it from? I needed to ensure your cooperation. I mean, she was fairly easy to track down. The movements of the rebellion through the city are painfully obvious for those with the scholarly, skills to track them.
And what makes you think
Again,
the rest of these people care enough about me to not leave me here?
you keep asking questions that I know that we both know the answer to. I know this because I've watched you. You saw the map. You understand. I predicted you would come, and you did. You've done a very predictable job. It's almost as if you were following some kind of cosmic hand right to my doorstep. So again, I ask you, are you ready to proceed on the next part of your journey? Time is wasting. She checks her giant pocket watch again.
Granted, you handed me this ring, but you never answered my question.
Sorry, what was the question?
It said, "How do I know I'm not gonna just collapse again?" And
No, I'm sorry, did I not cover that? So
No.
there's a so I keep my house flooded with a gas that only affects magi. It's first safety. I have a lot of enemies. But the pill negates it. It's a good thing that your friend fed it to you, or you would have died in 30 seconds.
So if that's the case, then why don't you just flood the whole city if this is apparently such an easy thing for you to do?
We're not ready to take that step yet. But great idea. I love where your head's at. And I'll bring it up at the next meeting. I don't think I've ever created a character that Seth hated more than this person right here.
No, it's not that I hate it. It's I'm conflicted between hating and wanting to side with.
Good. That means I did a good job.
I'm just gonna look down at Nofstrid.
There's no fully bad people or fully good people. They're all in the middle.
Except for Bellfire. Fuck that guy.
You don't know. You haven't talked to him.
I mean,
Yeah,
this lady's
We
literally
did. We
been...
did talk to him, and he accused us of killing the king.
That's true.
He took my weapons.
Bastard.
Yeah, I'm kind of on board with going to the Enlightened City.
That's not a surprise.
I mean,
I say this to the party.
I'd rather settle this here, but hostages changes the situation a bit.
Pure morbid curiosity makes me want to go there, but
they seem weak physically. I can take them all. Let's go.
Go to the city and kill them all.
Yes.
Go to the city of people who hate magic and assume they're weak.
Yes. Let's murder hobo
How
all
do
of
you think they've been surviving against magic, numbnuts?
Because they live in a secret city, but now it's not a secret. Let's go tell Bellfire.
them. Ooh. Information.
See, so we should figure out where the city is and talk to them and then tell Bellfire. First, we go to the city.
Apart from the extortion, what do we actually get out of this plan?
Are you talking
I-
to yourselves or
Ezekiel's
me?
family isn't murdered.
No, to the doctor.
You get the destruction of Bellfire. I mean, I thought that was your overall agenda. It seems to
At
be
what
kind of
cost?
where your broadsword is heading, if it were.
The destruction of Bellfire and myself.
I. It's a very short-sighted view. We work together for this goal, and then we work against each other. And at the end, we may win, and you would die, or you may win and you may stop us. I mean, who knows? It's all in your hands, though. That doesn't change what needs to be done for the moment.
Can I get 2 gold before we go?
She hands you 2 gold.
Yes. Character sheet 2.
just to make you stop asking for 2 gold from every fucking person you meet.
Guys, I think we should go.
How do we plan on getting back?
I feel like the railroad is telling us we have to go.
On my numb nuts.
You actually
that's how we
don't.
get
You
back.
can kill her. It's fine.
No.
Please, Seth. I never railroad you guys. Jesus.
The last time I immediately killed someone, I could have had answers.
That
I'm
was
not
pretty
doing
funny.
that.
I'm super happy that the 3 storylines, 3 like personal plot lines, all converge somehow on this woman. It worked out fantastically.
Well, I will
Yep.
defer to Noster's judgment here.
Me too.
I do not trust her. But if there is a city of more like her, killing her alone will not solve our problem. We must kill them. And then I turn to her. Show me your city, so I may face them.
That's great. So we're all in agreement.
Yes.
Yes.
Wait, agreement to do what?
Go to the city of the Enlightened and speak to the council to
And ask
receive
for
further
2 gold.
God to receive further direction, if it were.
What is it that that the council wants from us?
You are men of a particular skill set, a skill set that we could find use for. We are not so much with the punchy, stabby, stabby. And you are very much of that. So I think that it would be an equitable arrangement.
So what is it that you want us to do with the punchy, stabby, stabby?
That's for the council to decide. My role was here, spying on Bellfire, and it was a good opportunity for me to further my own research gains. She points at the furball on the table.
I am very uneasy.
It's just science. Ask your friend here; he would agree with
I slap her in the face. That was also science.
I look at him and go, no, that wasn't. I do that all the time. I slap him in the face.
All right, roll a 1d4 yay. Let's see if she dies.
3.
All right, she's still alive.
How's she look?
She looks not happy. She's like, don't do that again.
Why?
My
we-
assumption is that if he rolled incorrectly, she blows up the house. By she
Pulls
dies,
it.
it's all of us.
She pulls a small trigger out of her pocket.
If we agree to go, will you stop your research until we return?
No. I have important things that must be done. I'm on very tight timelines. Time is time is not of particular value to the enlightened. We're very long lived, but I still choose not to waste it. So no, I will not promise that because I could not keep
Now that she's pulled the trigger out of her pocket, can I inspect what I can see from here? Can you
Sure.
describe it?
Yep. So there's, I mean, basically it looks like a small, like almost like a small switch.
Mhm.
Switches existed in D&D. Who the fuck knows?
Mhm.
And that's basically, it's like a small black switch. Basically, that it's smaller than the palm of her hand. So she's pretty much got it like clenched in her.
Okay.
You guys gonna do anything else? Or are you progressing? Are you fighting? Are we which way are we going here?
Let's go and check this
I
out.
say we're in agreement.
Sure.
Okay. So she walks over to another wall and pulls what looks like a very large cabinet back, and it swings open on a hinge, and you can see another staircase leading down.
That's the way to the city.
Not the way to the city. It's the way to the vessel you'll take to the city. And she hands you coordinates, and just head here, and someone will meet you. They'll show you where to go.
This
Go
passage
ahead,
goes back out to the city somewhere, you mean?
It heads underground, and then there's a large tunnel that leads out of the city. But there is a vessel down there that you can use to speed up your journey. I would recommend a little helpful advice from me to you. Maybe less attitude when you get up there. They're not quite as patient as I
Eat shit.
am.
I walk through
No,
the door.
no, you.
Whoa, whoa. That's the last
Whoa.
straw. I pull out my
Actually-
gloves.
I want to spend a sorcery point
Oh God, doing
and
what?
subtle spell, mage hand, and basically take it and wipe it across the table of her research so that it splashes everything all over the ground as we're walking out through the tunnel.
Damn it, guys.
And I was made fun of for breaking the vase. Just saying.
She just sighs to herself.
That was before we confirmed she was an asshole.
She goes, "God damn magi." She starts cleaning everything up. And the door kind of closes behind you guys. All right. So you were in a large tunnel or a large staircase heading down. And this one is getting darker. But you continue down, and at the very bottom, you find a large, almost like a large cavern that you can see extends out into the distance. And there's a very strange vessel parked before you. It looks almost like a ship, except that it has no mast, and it has very large wings to the side.
And we're still on solid ground.
Yes. So it's parked on the ground.
Well, I'm just gonna run up to this because I'm really excited.
Well, Kick Puncher, you've been studying how to sail things.
Yeah.
Does this thing work for you?
Sure. I mean, does it look like? I mean, I don't. I'm gonna leave this to Urkin. It seems more up his alley.
So you said
So you're investigating it.
yes.
All right. So you kind of dig through the bowels of the ship. And you find that again, it's very similar to a regular sailing vessel. But in the very bottom, you find a large compartment that's full of coal, and you can see that it powers. It's got like a furnace and a boiler. It looks like it moves gears inside using the power of steam to kind of move the wings up and down.
Does it fly?
Who are you talking to?
I guess myself.
I don't know. Do you answer yourself?
Does it look like the wings are wide enough that they could carry this huge ship? Or I guess this tiny ship, whatever it is?
Yeah, it's not huge. It looks like it maybe could fit a dozen people, but it definitely seems big enough to do so.
Guys, I think this flies.
I will pilot it.
I'll go find a place to make myself comfortable.
So is it just a basket we sit in, or are we exposed somehow, or are we like armored inside?
Nope. So there's you're it's definitely small. It looks like it's not for super long voyages, so there's no cabins or things like that. You could go down inside, but that's where most like the mechanisms are. So most likely you would, it was designed for travel with people being on the deck of it.
I get on the deck.
All right, Kick Puncher, you're gonna try to fly it.
I mean, does it look like it
It
has ship
looks
controls?
Yeah, it looks very similar to a ship's control, except you see a lever on the side that you believe would be for moving up and down.
Sure. How hard could it be?
Excellent.
Just think of the story you can tell Lucius.
Do you
Alright,
know how to read
so,
the coordinates?
Yeah, so you guys look at the coordinates now, and you see that besides just having XY coordinates, there is also a Z coordinate, indicating that wherever this is actually above Lockport.
Oh boy.
Wait. Wait. There's something else that has a Z coordinate above Lockport.
Is it
Right.
red?
And old.
Well, I'm excited now. Let's go.
Okay,
I
you guys.
reluctantly board the ship.
Alright. Wait, are we missing anyone? Wait, is Nostra in the ship?
I'm on the deck.
Alright. Are we ready?
You're ready, it looks like.
I'm gonna start shoving coal into the furnace.
All right, with a great bellow, steam starts pouring out of the furnace, and you can see the gears start to move, and the ship rises off the ground and begins moving forward. Kick Puncher, why don't you make me a roll? What do we think? Vehicle proficiency a thing? You don't have vehicle proficiency.
I don't think so.
I would take a. Let's see here, what is not totally fucking shit for you. So we'll just take how about just a dex check
Okay.
or sleight of hand. I don't know, something in the dex cast subcategory.
Sure. 17.
All right, Kick Puncher does a reasonably good job steering the vessel down the tunnel, and you traveling pretty quickly. Not not exceptionally fast, where there's a danger of falling off, but you'd say that you're traveling, definitely faster than like the fastest ship can travel or the fastest horse can gallop. And you
How about the
proceed down
fastest
the tunnel.
dragon?
Yes.
That's my question.
Who's an expert on dragons? Who wants to roll
Don't we have a
wisdom?
book?
We
A
got a
wisdom
book.
on dragon. Oh, you do have a book.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we've
does it
got a
have
book for that.
Magmaro's nautical speed?
It was a book about Magmaro and general things about ancient red dragons.
So you believe that an ancient red dragon can fly 80 feet per 6 seconds. So you think that you're probably going slower than that.
Uh-oh. It's fine.
It's all fine.
I mean, she wouldn't send us on this mission just to have us immediately be killed, right?
Are you sure?
But if this is how we go, I'm okay with it.
TPK by being destroyed by a dragon.
Yeah, this is
defeat
great.
acid.
I put you guys in a wooden coffin and sent you up in the sky to be fighting a fire dragon. It's
So,
perfect.
so I'm gonna start drawing up some schematics based on what I can see of this ship.
I assume.
Do there appear to be any weapons?
So there does not appear to be. Again, this looks like just like a simple like a transit vessel almost, right? Nothing. Because there's no luxury, there's no cabins, nothing like that. So you think this was meant for like short voyages.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely no weapons besides the 5 beings on board.
I'm just gonna use a flamethrower on it.
Let's put Pinchy on the front.
And she's just mounted these off the front of it. It's just this flamethrower pointed forward.
Flamethrower would be really good against a red dragon, right?
Yeah. So Kick Puncher does a good job getting down the tunnel, and after several thousand feet, you actually come out the side of like right above the water. Like it took you down to the shore basically, and you pop back above ground, and you're actually pretty close to where your armada is.
Guys, if we tie a couple of ropes, boats,
Fly all the ships together.
Yes.
I don't think that this can hold that.
Shovel faster.
I am not a smart man.
It is
I'm just
not
an
the
idea
coal.
guy.
It is the wings.
Well, let's bring this bad boy to Arthur. Have you two spend a couple days.
What about Rexi, who somehow Erkin didn't ask any questions about?
Ooh,
We'll get there. We'll get there. She wasn't gonna
Right.
answer my questions anyway. I'm not stupid.
Yeah, I had a whole thing here.
No, you didn't. Shut up.
I
The first thing you said to me was, "You asked a lot of questions."
I absolutely. I even had a thing about the hermit, but you ruined it by not having any writing in the book. So I got to make up a new thing. From far away, you see a giant explosion, killing her, and all of the answers that she had are gone.
She accidentally triggered the thing as she
She was mopping up that shit that Ezekiel threw on the ground.
Look,
All
I
right,
look towards
so-
the screen, and a single tear rolls down my face.
You guys are kind of doing like figure eights in the sky while you decide where you're going. Tells me where you're.
I mean, this is coal powered. I assume there's limited fuel. We gotta go.
Yeah.
You want to go pick up 250 orcs to bring with you?
I mean,
mean,
it sounds like we could fit
just-
6.
I could summon like 8 giant owls. Do you think 8 times 13 strength on a large beast can lift?
I don't think so.
All right, let's just.
We have access to 5 bags of holding.
I should have never said the rope thing. I'm sorry.
All right.
So we're gonna go to the coordinates.
Let's do it.
Yes.
All right, so you guys start heading towards Lockport. Starting to go up in elevation, and you definitely see Magmaro circling above the city. Are you going to do anything particular to avoid her, or just kind of try to skirt around, or?
Like, where does she look in relation to the coordinates we're supposed to be going to?
So she's she's definitely down like near the city, and it's probably 10,000 feet above her where it is. This thing is really high up in the sky.
What does
I mean,
that
if we
book say
could
about her eyesight?
That we fucked.
It says that she has 16 perception or plus 16 on her perception checks.
16.
She has a passive perception of 26.
So how about we just
She's got really good charisma too.
I got +2 to stealth. Can I
How
hide
about
on
we
the
The
just
stealthiest flying vessel.
yeah? How about we just like climb to 10,000 feet before we go to Lockport, and then just go over? If she's
mean-
already down below,
Sounds good.
Yeah.
So as you guys, you're circling and you're climbing higher and higher, and I'm sure you guys are. This is the first time any of you have been on a flying vessel. You didn't even know that they existed.
oh, this is literally making
sure
my life
it's-
right now. Actually,
Yeah, I was gonna say several of you are probably like freaking out in different ways.
Mhm.
And as you crest up to 10,000 and you pass above a particularly large cloud bank, uh, appearing as if out of nowhere, you
Scribble
see Scribble Knot flying next to you. Hey guys. So ahead of you, you see, and again, appearing out of almost nowhere, looks like a giant shape in the sky. It's kind of far away, but it very unusual looking. So it's you can't see anything below it, and you can't quite tell why. Like where you should see like the bottom half of it, you see nothing instead. But you're still pretty far away.
Is it dragon shaped?
No, it looks like a giant city in the sky.
Shiva.
Looks like that's where we go.
This seems
So-
very strangely magical.
So as you get closer, you start to pick up more things, right? So you see other airships flying around the outside of it. It looks like some are coming into dock in one particular area. So as you get closer, you can see that the city is actually made up of two enormous rings, right? That are slightly off kilter from each other and rotating in opposite directions. You can also see as you get closer what made it so confusing far away and why you only saw it when you crested the horizon. The entire bottom of it is covered in large convex mirrors. So you can see that it just kind of reflects the cloud, sky, and sun. And it's really hard to get a view of it. If you recall back to episode 2, Nor's actually caught a glimpse of this
That's right.
as you guys were riding north to the mountains, but couldn't tell what he was looking at.
We thought it was the dragon.
Thought it was a dragon.
What?
And a couple other opportunities where you never saw it, but
Yeah, it's like this was planned all along.
been up here the whole fucking time.
It's almost like
Thank
that's probably the reason why Erkin had increased perception, but never could fucking hit his rolls.
No, that was for fucking TikTok to see that he had something written on his arm. That was right from the fucking get go. He had that. It took 14 sessions. 14 sessions from seeing it.
I don't know why. I just can't hit perception rules, man. It's not my thing.
Even with
I have-
fucking advantage.
For real.
So
All
guys,
right, so
if
yeah,
we
you
fuck
guys.
this-
Sorry,
If we
go ahead,
fuck
I'm
this thing up well enough, we can drop it on a dragon and Bellfire. I'm just saying.
And the rest of the city.
Well, sometimes when you make an omelet, eggs need to be broken.
No.
by eggs, you mean every living being in Lockport.
I mean, I'm
The
pretty on board with
drag-
this.
The dragonal cushion.
I mean, we can drop it off.
So I
This
pull out a
seems-
headband.
This seems like an extraordinarily bad plan.
I'm
Kill
an
two
idea
birds with
guy.
one really big stone. We'll take
Yep.
out Dr. Frankenstein and Bellfire. And what else could go wrong?
Well, whatever's in this city could die too.
I
Alternatively,
mean,
we
don't
could
we
just,
want them to die?
we
Yeah.
could just fly to
I
the
don't
other
even fucking
continent.
know him. How are you like?
So we're just trying to kill all humans? Is that what I'm hearing? I feel like Knopfster should be happy right now.
I'd be
But
okay
you're
being the
not
only human
killing
left.
all humans. You're killing everyone in the inner city and the outer city. I don't care for the inner city. I care for the outer city.
Hey man, that's racist.
He has +1 to racism.
My shirt does not itch. I don't believe it to be racist.
All right, so let's go land.
It's just an idea, fuckers.
All right, so you guys are where are you? Are you gonna try to land where the other airships are landing?
I mean, I guess.
I feel like that's the best place to land. Crest.
Assuming I don't have to parallel park this thing, because I just started flying today.
Same
Uh,
here. All right.
What?
Give me
Why don't you
1
roll
sec.
me another? See how well you park it.
Oh.
Oh shit!
Like a glove?
You back it in perfectly. Like it's a really tight spot. It's for compacts only. But you get it. You make it work.
I don't know what a compact is, so.
Yeah, you don't even understand. But somehow you make it work. And you bring your air skiff down, right on the edge of the dock. So this dock sticks a little bit away from the outer ring, which again is rotating slowly, but is rotating. It's imperceptible enough that when you're standing on it, it's very hard to tell it's moving whatsoever, though. And you are in a new city, so looking around, I mean, it's like nothing you've ever seen before. So I mean, unusual modes of dress. Again, the people and the races are very similar to what you've seen down below, but I mean, technology wise, you see things that you've never even heard of or recognized or possibly understand the purpose of. And the other thing is that it's incredibly busy up here, right? Lockport's outer city you thought was very like bustling. This place, I mean, it seems like everyone's in a hurry and everyone's trying to get somewhere. Um, People wise, you do notice that there's a very large contingent that are wearing like blue overalls, and they have a patch on the arm, and it looks like it's a crest, and it has a book laid out over a broken wand and sword. They look almost like you would think of them as like laborers' uniforms.
It's the Librarians Guild.
Are you guys
So
gonna
are,
get off
are the
get off the
coordinates?
boat?
Yeah, are the coordinates more specific than like the entire city?
The coordinates basically lead you to kind of like to the very middle of the city.
Okay.
So it's the center of the center ring.
Are we gonna have
Did you say did they
problems?
all look human or?
Nope. So all kinds of different species. You recognize most of them. I mean, are pretty familiar. You see dwarves and elves and humans. Though there are a couple species that you would have a hard time putting a finger on. Um,
Can I make a history check? Do I know of the city?
Loktar. Yeah, you got it. You can make a history check.
And I have a book for that, so I'm gonna gain advantage.
And what's your book about?
My book is about
Flying cities.
about advancements in technological advancements in the arcane.
Okay, so that's interesting.
How'd you get that book?
Technological advancements in the arcane. So your history check does you do remember reading about a story. It's like a children's story of
Mhm.
something similar to this, but it's something where everyone thought that it wasn't real. It's kind of like the aliens in this world, right? Like people would swear they had a fuzzy camera shot of it, but everyone would just be like, "Oh, that's fucking bullshit." And it turns out they were all right. But again, nothing that you've ever heard of anyone or seen anything or read anything of anyone who's ever been
Does it have a name in these tales?
here. It does not, because no one's ever
If no one's ever been here, then who the fuck are all these people?
been here.
What
No one
kind
no
of
one
sound
that
does a pothole make?
Okay, no one that you've ever fucking met, assholes. No one that's ever written a fucking book about it.
Maybe that's what's in the Hermit's book.
Yeah, he wrote about this story, but you can't read it. Are you guys gonna ever get off the ship, or are you just hanging out up there?
I step right
Gotta
off the
walk
ship.
out of the ship. And actually, the first thing I do is I wave my hand around and cast Primal Savagery to see if divine magic still works.
So it does work, yes.
Magic seems to still work here, despite their hatred for it.
I also wave my hand around and cast Commune with Nature.
There's no nature to be found up here.
Damn it. Magic does not work up here.
I would like to drop 1 copper coin off the side of the island.
Oh,
my
God.
You're gonna murder someone.
The
Okay.
dragon.
After hearing Kick Puncher yell that, I dropped 2 more copper coins off the side of
I thought copper coins didn't exist in this world.
Hey, no, your cheese dropping gold off the side. How many gold coins did you have?
3,
great
and I'm
would
dropping all
it
3 of them off.
We got
How great would it
Alright.
be if you hit Magmaro and she just comes up here and wrecks the entire city?
All right, you don't hit anyone with your gold coins.
That would've been
Yeah, I
great.
mean, you don't know for sure. I'm letting you, Seth, know that you didn't hit
I keep dropping coins off until I do.
anyone.
You're out of coins.
All right, now I spit off the side.
All right, with a 17, a coin goes right through the roof of Blades and Brews and hits Mool right in the head, guys.
Mother. Oh well, I got this sword.
All right, so you guys head down off the ship, and you start doing weird shit, of course, because you guys are you. And you hear a voice. You guys hear a voice from like a young sounding voice from over there go, "Yo, man, that ship's a busta." And you look over and you see a thin looking, what you'd originally thought would be human, except that his skin has like a green tint to it.
Mm.
Yo, man, you guys must have been down on Mundania forever to be riding around in a piece like that.
I hate this. I turn around and I get back on the ship.
Now
But have
just
you
look at
ever
the,
seen-
the spider dangling?
Have you ever seen a Busta Park so well, however?
I thought that was cool. That was cool. You got skills.
Who the fuck are you?
Why do you speak like that?
What is?
I don't understand what you're talking about.
I changed my.
I'm.
Go ahead.
I said I'm. They call me Crankcase.
I changed my mind and I just start walking right past him into the center of the city. I mean,
All right,
no
Take
joke.
us to your leader.
have a smooth day, guys. And you leave this green-skinned human behind, and his plot line dissolves into nothingness.
Oh,
I didn't say
No,
everybody
I
had to
gra-
leave. I'm just saying
I
I have no
grabbed
interest
him.
in this, and I leave.
I'm just kidding. He doesn't actually have a plot line. I was just trying to get you guys off the fucking dock.
I grab him and I say, "Take us to your leader."
Yo, man, what the heck? Get your hands off me. He's like slapping at your hands.
I look at him and go, hey, Crankcase, this is a unique opportunity to join a very specialized band of NPCs.
Yo, I don't know what you guys are talking about.
how
I
would
But,
you
know
like
what
to
you're-
travel to Mundania?
oh, hell no.
Have you ever been?
No one goes to Mundania.
And why do you think that is?
Because they kill everyone down there. It's chaos. You don't go down there. We're
Then
safe
how-
up here.
Then where do we come from?
I assume you were down there for work.
What if we told you that the one who kills everyone down there is your boss?
Jerry at the mechanics garage?
Yes.
He kills people? I don't know if I believe that. He's a pretty cool guy.
This is another unique opportunity for you to become an artificer's apprentice.
Or a monk's apprentice. Your call.
I don't-
Monk.
I
He
don't
made a
know.
monk's apprentice.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. If you're looking for a hookup on that old ass ship, you come to the garage. I'll take care of you.
Is
You
he
pimp that
wearing
shit
any
out.
jewelry?
Wait, where's this garage? Hold on, where's this garage? I'm not.
It's called Skiffers. It's in the Greasers quadrant.
Is he wearing any jewelry or anything to
I
dangle?
fucking hate Discord. Oh, you're back. There we go.
No, he's not wearing any jewelry. You can see he's got like a. It looks similar to the worker's outfit, but it's like bright red and it's like rolled down to his waist.
Would you consider
Like the
those
top-
to be
the top of it
overalls?
I mean, I'd say like coveralls would be a closer approximation.
I cast light on his coveralls.
Why?
They hate magic, right?
Yeah, I'm just gonna like. I don't know if busting in here and using magic is the right thing to do, but I'm gonna say okay.
Oh,
And he goes, "Oh shit, we got a magi over here!" And he starts to run.
Yell
Where are you
out,
going?
We'll be by for the hookup.
All right, I got rid of him. Let's go.
All right, where are you guys going?
Skiffers.
I'm already halfway towards where these coordinates we're bringing this to.
So I'm gonna dig
gotta-
into my bag, pull out a bowler hat. Now it's gonna be Nostrad's hat.
Are you worried about people recognizing you up here?
I'm worried about the kids saying that a
yes.
magi is here.
Fair.
There's no proof.
his
Not
jacket
even the magic
lit.
that he did.
All right, bowler hat is Nostrad's now. All right, so we're going to the
So,
coordinates.
what does the bowler hat do? It's one of the hats of disguise.
Yeah, I know you can do the same thing, but it's to add, emphasis on the fact that no, don't get us killed.
All right. So, looking around, do I see what the general people are look like and are wearing?
Yeah. So there's, I mean, a couple different styles of clothing, right? So a lot of people are wearing that uniform. And you see what looks like, we'll say like fancy aristocrat clothing, but not of a style that's typical down in like Lockport. Everything is a lot like tighter and sleeker. And then you have some like the younger crowd is wearing like leather, um, you know, not like leather armor, just like leather clothing.
Great.
Yeah,
So,
kind of a
is,
couple
is
different,
there
couple different
is there
social
an alley or
groups.
something I could duck into real quick? So I'm not casting
Uh,
magic in front of like 100 people.
Yeah, so this place is like a super city, so you guys can. There's definitely like alleys and corners that you can find to hide in.
I'll be right
So
back.
the reason
And
that
then-
the dock protrudes is it's the only flat area where there's nothing else in like the whole city. Like everything else is very busy, like Metropolis.
So I look around and duck into a corner, and I pop back looking like a generic-looking human with biker leathers or whatever the guys.
Nice.
You come back out as a leather daddy.
Yep.
Hey,
All right. I think I'm blending. Let's go.
all right, so off to the coordinates.
All right. So you guys, as you move through the city, right, you start heading the general direction of the coordinates. Can everyone roll me a perception check?
Not great.
I'm winning perception rolls tonight.
All right. What was the highest roll?
16.
17.
All right, so a gaggle of like street children run past you. And Ezekiel, you are the only one that notices a hand dip into your coin purse.
We don't have much there, my
And
dude.
pull out fucking nothing.
He's like, little kid's like, "What the fuck, Trick?" And he runs off. So you grab this kid by the arm, and all the rest of the kids like dart off into the city. And he's like, let me go, let me go. I wasn't doing nothing.
I literally just throw him to the side and then just keep walking.
Okay.
Does
Seth
he
is on
rob
a
me?
fucking mission.
Did I get robbed?
So everyone but Seth got robbed.
I pick up the child by his head. I do not take kindly to grifters or robbers.
Let me go. I didn't grift shit. Let me go, man.
Do you
He
believe that I
shows
can
you his
snap
hands.
you like
His
a
hands are
twig?
empty. I just we needed it. I'm sorry. Just let me go, please. We needed it.
Where are you and your friends hiding? Show me where they are.
All right. Why don't you roll, yay?
What am I rolling?
I don't
Intimidation?
know. What are you trying to do? Are you trying to persuade him or intimidate the shit out of him?
I mean, it's -1 on both, so it doesn't matter.
Well, no, it just changes the story.
Can I roll for an 8 on intimidation there?
Sure.
I'm gonna do intimidation. All right, cool. Advantage.
Hold
Let's
on.
do. Nope.
Nope. No advantage. He's like, you don't scare me. Let me go. And he's like punching at your hands.
Can I just break his neck? My 2 gold are gone. I gotta
Of course.
pay the gold back.
Oh my god.
Norris, did he take your gold?
The 2 gold are gone.
I hand him by his head to you. Go secure your goods. I guess you purchased him for 2 gold.
Yep, he's mine. And I just carry him around by the throat.
Jesus. This is not a kid
They
friendly.
took 20 gold from me, man.
You had 20 gold?
Yes.
We told you to give it over and you didn't listen to us.
He's been hoarding it this whole. What is this, Seth? 18.
Yep.
So 18 games he's been hoarding to get 20 gold.
No, I
and one failed check.
I need 10 gold per resummon of my familiar, so I've been holding 20 gold. He took away all my familiar money.
Listen, you had a second chance to get it back. You failed. Could have intimidated gold out of him.
Throw him off the side.
No.
No. This is mine until I can sell him for 2 gold.
Aim for Magmaro.
22 gold.
We'll get more gold. I'm sure the council can give us gold.
Let me go!
Let
me go! You guys are bullies.
I'm gonna spend a sorcery point to subtle spell and banish the boy. Let's move.
Oh my
God.
Please don't cast a spell in the middle of the city.
Subtle spell. It's verbal and somatic are no longer required, so I can cast it without
I
anyone
know.
knowing.
I love that. Seth is the only one that can cast magic in the city. Hold on. What does Banish do? He's going to like an alternate dimension.
For an hour, I believe, or
Yeah.
just a minute.
Banishment.
Oh God, which plane did you send him to?
It just
Infernal.
says it just says another plane of existence.
Oh, I'm sorry. Does Gran, the street urchin, not get a chance to roll his charisma?
Go for it.
Yeah.
Go for it.
He's gonna nat 20. I know it.
What?
Aw.
Oh,
-4.
poor Gran.
Listen, this is what happens when you thieve. Sometimes you lose.
And just for the flavor, I haven't stopped walking since we got here.
Yeah, I can tell. Yeah. Ezekiel walks up to a large. It looks like it's a bridge made out of like a force field almost, right? It's not like solid because again, both rings are constantly in motion. But the bridge doesn't somehow seems to like move within like its own little pocket. So it's always connected to the same 2 points on the rings, even as they rotate. You're not sure how that happens.
I'm sure it's safe.
Try to stop a ring from moving.
It's an enormous city-sized ring. So. And can I get one more perception check from everyone? And I'll stop.
Nat 20,
You
baby.
guys are just running through the city really fast.
I know everything about the city now.
I think I made a passable roll. All right.
Holy shit! I got something above a 13.
Whoa.
All right, everyone,
shit.
everyone but
illegal.
Ezekiel, which makes perfect sense because he's on a mission. Notices the other thing that there's a lot of in the city is every 100 feet or so, there is what looks like a floating spectral image that we players recognize as like a hologram, and it's of the same figure each time, and it's a humanoid, but not a man, right? It looks like a if you had an automaton in the perfect shape of a man. He's wearing a very dashing outfit, and has like a low slung holster. And there's text flashing underneath in many different languages, and eventually comes up in common. And it says wanted for grand larceny, Steam Guard Unit 54 NP, and then in quotes it says snap, 10,000 gold reward.
He said he has a holster,
Say that all again?
Yes.
like he has a gun.
I mean, you would recognize holsters as something from your world that people keep like hand crossbows in and stuff like that. So you, Erkin, would not be like gun. So which part do you want to hear again? The text.
Yeah, just a text.
So it says wanted for grand larceny, Steam Guard Unit 54 NP, and then after the 54 NP, it has in quotations snap. Actually, I'm sorry, 5N4P. I fucked that up.
Ah,
Yeah, there you go. That's
I
the trick.
see now. So where's
That
crack
makes it
my
make
pop?
perfect. That makes it make perfect sense, right?
Yes.
So there's your 10,000 gold, yay. You want your 20 gold back?
I
I
mean,
look at
10
I look at it and say
10,000.
I only wanted 2. I don't need this 10,000.
10,000 does not come so easily, unless this place is much wealthier than we previously conceived.
Ooh,
Just
Do I-
think of what we could do with Blades and Bruce.
let's rob him blind.
Oh
do I
shit.
notice? Do I
I'm gonna
notice
have-
anything extra because I rolled a nat 20?
Fuck.
He notices the gun.
No.
A
Unfortunately,
good
I'll think
answer
of
is still
something.
no. Yeah.
Yeah, I gave you all the information.
Can we
You don't.
not
How about this?
commit the
You don't
grandest larceny?
recognize. You don't recognize the weapon in the holster.
If his reward is 10,000 for grand larceny, I would imagine that the reward is a mere portion of what was taken. Why do we not just redistribute his ill-begotten earnings to other parties?
So we're doing this quest now, right?
I'm saying let's rob the robber guy.
Let's
Robin of the Hood.
Let's go speak with the person we're supposed to speak with first.
Yes. Maybe they'll give that as a quest.
Okay.
All ears.
Sorry, I'm just making sure you guys are good. All right, so you head across the. I mean, Ezekiel's already there basically, but you guys head across the sky bridge to the inner city. So this or inner ring. So this is a little more subdued, right? The hustle and bustle and factory workers and things like that are not as on display here. So you see more like city council buildings, right? So this is more of the homes of like the elite society, and you notice that you are very out of place at this point. Like your mode of dress is definitely like it was like a zigzag of like colors and styles in the outer ring, but here it's all very very proper, um, like what we would recognize as like business suits almost. So you're getting definitely quite a few odd looks. Seth, do you wear robes?
He did.
He goes naked.
He falls off the ring.
Seth.
He's pooping.
Right in his chair. He just doesn't want to talk.
It's a little too awkward.
Hey. You gotta go. You gotta go.
Cricket, cricket.
I'm
Sorry.
just.
Are you waiting for me for something? 'Cause I just
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, no, it's okay. Do you? So I was just saying that your guys' mode of dress is very out of place here, and then I was curious. Do you wear robes?
Yes. A robe.
Yes. So you. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, not multiple.
Yes.
So you're definitely getting a lot of side eye glances from the people in the street, and they're starting to kind of like, you made it like a noticeable path through because everyone's starting to avoid you. But again, you start heading through, and you see ahead of you in your destination, which is the location of the coordinates, the largest building that you've seen so far. It looks like a very formal building, like not opulent, like very business-like.
Let's head towards the building.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys stride right up the front steps, and you open the door, and you walk inside directly into what you believe are council chambers. And arrayed around you are 8 like high seats, right? So they're like sitting way above you. So you're in kind of like the dais floor. And one of them addresses Ezekiel and goes, "It's about time, Magi, but you're late." And that's where we'll end the episode or session for today.
They
Have a
keep
nice day.
telling us that.
I'll
They
say we
never
would have
tell
got
us
here
how
sooner,
they-
but your delinquent city folk caused us to
Kept
be
interrupting.
kept interrupting.
I know Ezekiel had to avoid all these plot hooks.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need to.
This is gonna start a big section,
Does.
so we'll stop here. Fucking, they hand you 2 gold. Jesus. They're like, please bring that kid back from whatever dimension you sent him to.
I mean, he's already back. It only lasts for a minute, so.
Oh, a minute. Okay.
But long
he's
enough
back.
for us to just make him disappear and us
So
to
does
leave.
he appear back in
The ex-
Norris's hand?
No, in the exact same place that he left.
Okay.
Wait, but aren't the
In my
rings
hand.
moving?
Oh, he ended up inside a fucking building wall. He's dead.
Nice. I'm glad.
Grand
okay with this.
leader of the street urchins is dead. Yeah, we'll call it there.
Sweet.
Thanks, guys.
It told out that Brand knew everything about the hermit language.
It says it
Yeah.
when
That
it
was good.
reappears in the space it left or the nearest unoccupied space.
Okay, so he won't have to hit a wall.
Otherwise, the target doesn't return.
Oh god. He's riding around on Magmaro's back right now. He fell.
So I mean, if the rings are rotating, then he returns to the XYZ space, but there's
That's
no
what I'm
guarantee that the
saying.
True.
yeah.
And I say because they're off kilter too. Right? They're not flat.
Yep.
Good.
That's fantastic.
I like it.
Good. Fuck him.
We get back to the city and there's
I say-
reports of a strange being falling from the sky.
I'm
There's a
very
new
surprised
religion
you
developed about
guys. Yeah, usually you guys eat that shit up. I'm very surprised you were able to avoid all of it.
One
None of those
inspiration
people are gonna
point for
tell me
everyone.
about the book.
No, we're
What's that?
going back. I want that reward. We're bound.
Yeah, yeah, I'm down. I'm down to get the reward. I feel like
Yeah,
the council are
10,000
probably the
gold.
people who put the reward up for Snap anyway.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's something we can ask about.
Yeah, we took a hard left here, but I promised Seth like 1 year ago that I would put cars in the game. So at that point, 1 year ago, I created this floating city you guys would eventually go to, and I told Seth it was going to be a while, and we finally got there. Now you just have to figure out how to buy a car with 10,000 gold and drive it off the fucking floating city.
We have a car. We're not giving that thing back.
You have an airship.
Airship.
Better than a
It's
car.
just as good. Yeah.
Listen, I got 2 gold. We can buy a car.
No, you don't have 2
You
gold.
have no idea about the
No, I
economy.
do. He gave it to me just now. You didn't hear him?
Yes, I did. I'm tired of it.
I thought you were being
You guys have the economy down at the in Lockport's broken. You have no idea what the economy up here is. Maybe it's much more normal.
Yeah.
Can't
Or
wait for you
maybe
guys
it's
to
worse.
create, or maybe it's. I would never make it worse, Seth. Please, come on. I always make it so easy for you guys to buy things. My favorite part of this was robbing Ye of his 23 gold.
20 gold. Fuck all y'all.
20 gold.
The other
It
two
was
were my gold.
literally my favorite part. So,
I still didn't know he had 20 gold this whole time. I've been keeping tabs on money.
yeah, he purposely refused to put it into
Any
Brews and
pot.
Blades too. Right, and then
Yes,
just
I
so you
did.
guys go, so you are, because of how much money you put into the store, you are currently earning 6% on your investment. Which again is not a lot, but it compounds pretty fast per day. So 6% per day. So you will have 6 gold mailed to you tomorrow.
Ooh.
So it compounds pretty quick because when I carry it out like 30 days, it turns into a lot of gold. And then like at certain points, the percentage will go up.
If it's 6%
Based
per
on-
day, didn't we? Oh, never mind. I forgot about the split.
Yeah, because you guys are putting
Yeah.
some amount of money back into it. So.
Mhm.
Yeah, so you're able to buy the store clerk, which brought you from 5% to 6%. And then each like doubling of gold investment raises the percentage as well. Or if you guys like do story stuff,
How much?
your-
How much
your
does a
brew.
Yelp review give us for an increase in revenue?
That's huge, man. But you should see how much a bad Yelp review hurts you. It's all about Google reviews these days anyway. So you guys invested in your BBB rating, and that's just old school. Like it's not worthwhile anymore. All right, shall we look at a calendar?
I don't need to look at a calendar. Any day.
Yep.
Yep.
I feel that.
Yeah, I'm good for the
I am
6th.
here. Not only am I here, I was yelled at by our governor because New Yorkers keep leaving their houses. So,
Better than
So
my
he-
day. They laid me
person-
off today.
oh shit.
Oh, did they really?
Yep.
Oh fuck.
They
Like,
actually
just
closed
short-
all sales floors at
Short
every
term, I hope,
dealership.
or
Yes, you may be able to be hired back, but right
well,
now they're
but that's what they say, just so they don't have to bring weak links back. So I'm sure
So
that they'll.
basically the sales manager there and answer leads and have the doors locked and services open to service cars, and that's it.
Yeah, my company's pretty close to that point too.
So I'm more worried about the medical benefits, not actually being there. So actually, and my demo got taken too, so they had to drive me home today. It was fantastic.
The fuck?
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry. Did they do like a stipend or anything, like leaving,
Nope.
or
Nothing. Everybody
Jesus
found out
Christ.
at like 4 or 5 o'clock today. You're all laid off. Go home.
fucking scumbags?
The fuck?
Yep.
That's super fucked up. Like literally nothing. So
Yep.
that's crazy.
I think I get my whatever vacation time, which I had all of my vacation time. I think that's paid to me. There's nothing. I basically got a letter that says your position's been eliminated due to coronavirus.
I mean, at least you can definitely get unemployment.
Employment exactly for now, and then
Yeah.
figure
I'm also
it out.
pretty sure, not that this helps you, but I was talking with Josh about this yesterday or day before. I'm pretty sure that makes them that disqualifies them from getting like stipends from the government to support like businesses
Mhm.
and stuff because they've laid off employees.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So
And
whatever help
tax
they were gonna get
write-offs
is
and
fucked.
Exactly.
bailout money they won't get because they laid people off after the bill was passed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm trying to see because I know that there's some FMLA changes and stuff like that too. that
Mm-hmm.
you'd be eligible for. What a fuck show.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we're locking up Plaquenil like it's OxyContin because it's in there with the OxyContin.